What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Wet Whistles. I look like someone from Spy Kids or something today, but today is October 25th. We are very close to Halloween. We're very close to me tying the knot.
Spooky season.
Cookie season?
Spooky.
Oh, and cookie.
We love cookies.
But yeah, next Monday we got the Browns versus the Bengals on Halloween. It's gonna be orange everywhere. So the NFL really killed it on that one.
They did that. Yep.
You know, it was like five dudes in a room. They're like, all right, Halloween's on a
Who's
Monday. What can we do?
orange? Yeah.
But all right, yeah, today's October 25th, and we got a lot to get to. For those of you that probably watched last night, there's a controversy in New England. We got the Eagles and the Bills coming back from their bye week, so we'll take a peek at them. And Taylor Heineke, is he the guy? I don't know. You tell me.
Oh God, I think he might be.
But first, as you guys probably just heard that voice, it's my boy Mark. How you doing, Mark? How we doing on this spectacular week?
We are doing fantastic. I got the next 2 days off. Thank you. And then I work for 3 or 4 days, and then I'm off for 5 days. Yeah, I think 5 days, and your wedding's then. So we got a lot of drinking, a lot of fun to have. I'm excited.
It's getting close. I remember like a year ago, I'm like, yo, dude, I'm getting married next November, dude. Take the day off. You're like, well, Scott, I can't take the day off a year in advance, but I will take the day off. I'm like, all right, just letting you know.
Oh yeah, and that reminds me, I got to pick my tux up on the 3rd.
The third, yeah, me too.
Yep. Wait, do
Yep.
you got to go to Hanover?
No. Everyone's picking them up wherever they got them. So you guys are all gonna have to go to
Yeah, okay.
Hanover.
You just came with us. You didn't get yours then. That was why I
Yeah,
was confused. Yeah.
yeah, I get to go right up the street.
Wait, are we sure they didn't say it was any men's warehouse? It has to be where you got it?
Yeah, it says on my, cause I mean, dude, it's a special ordered tux, so you can go and get sized anywhere,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
that
That's true.
special ordered tux is only gonna be available
It's
for
gonna
like.
get shipped there, yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna be wearing a children's four and shoes.
Oh man, that was a disaster. That guy was taking his sweet time. We had
Yeah,
a tea time. We had a tea time like we showed up what, 2 hours early?
yeah, we showed up 2 hours early, and we all kind of talked beforehand about like how long it might take, and we're like, there's four
Yeah,
of
it'd be
us. Let's give us
in and
30
out.
minutes each to get fitted
Mm-hmm.
for a tux. That's plenty. I can measure a few things in less than 30 minutes, dude. Never mind, you know,
And
a
eventually
tux.
we were like, hey buddy, tea time. 20
Yeah.
minutes. It's
No,
been
you
like
guys
over two
didn't. I'm
hours.
like, yo, I'm going to get Wendy's. And then, like, I swear to God, I go get Wendy's. I call them, like, you guys want anything? Then I get back. I'm like, what the hell is taking them so long? So I text Mark. I'm like, yo, you guys coming? He's like, yeah, dude, this dude's taking forever. I'm like, be right there. So I come
Yeah.
inside, dude, and I go right up to the dude working in Men's Warehouse. I'm like, hey, no rush or anything, but we got a tea time in like 15 minutes, and it's like 20 minutes away.
Yeah, we were already going to be late. So he was like, and all he was doing at that point was he was like sitting there entering the measurements that he had written down into the computer. So we were like, dude, just when we like, we'll pay now, and then when we leave, you can just finish entering everything in the computer. Like, we don't have to be here for this. And then eventually he was like, oh yeah, here you go. And we ended up leaving. We were a little late, maybe what, 10 minutes late, but it wasn't too
Yeah,
bad.
but I think they were like, oh no, they weren't packed up. We pulled up and our friends weren't even there yet, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
So
no,
we
yeah,
were late,
you
but
got
someone
there
else was
first.
was later, right?
Me and Hogan were
Oh
later.
no,
You and
yeah,
Ben got there
that's what it
first.
was. Me and someone else, me and our other friend got there first, and we talked to the guy. We were like, "Oh, our friends are on their way." He's like, "Oh, it's all right. Don't worry about it." Freaking everybody that works in the golf world is so chill. Oh, don't worry about it. I got a tea time in 30 as well.
Oh, there's two parties sitting behind us.
Like today, I went to this one stop to work on a few carts, and this dude who works there had a golf bag on his back. I'm like, "What are you hitting a few today?" He's like, "Yeah, actually, I am." I'm like, God, I love this business.
I love it. Always down for the cause.
But all right, we
There's
got a lot to get to, so
Oh.
let's dig right into it. I do want to get some sound bites though for like when I'm like, let's get right into the news, and it's like, burr, 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 the news, and it's like, yeah. So, anyways, we had UFC 280 this weekend. We've had the MLB playoffs. We got the World Cup coming up. We got NBA kicked off. NHL's in full swing. So what we're doing is, maybe to start the pod every week, we're going to just go over everything that's going on, anything Mark wants to talk about, anything I want to talk about. We're just going to go over before we get into, like, the real, like, meat and potatoes. So this past weekend, I put this in the notes because I wanted to talk about this. Is UFC 280 was on, obviously. You guys know me, I'm going to watch anyways. But what you didn't expect is my little brother was in a chat with me, right? And he's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm watching the fights. For the first time ever, he goes, oh, can I watch with you? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I put it on, dude. Kid fell in love. The first fight, I forget what it was. It was like kind of slow, like they weren't really hitting each other, and it was a little slow. And then by the third round, he's like, they all look tired. I'm like, they are, and they're just like missing their punches, right? But then the next fight, I think it was like 30 seconds in, dude. It was like a spinning back fist knockout or some shit. I gotta look up who it was, but. Dude, all I heard was this kid go, whoa, my God, he's on the ground and he's still hitting him. Is that allowed? I'm like, yeah, that's allowed. And then like it just dawned on me. I'm like, he doesn't really get it. He's like, can they knee him? I'm like, they can knee him square in the face and it's legal.
They can do basically whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, and he didn't understand that. He's like, this is awesome. So then the main card started. And for anyone that watched the fights this weekend knows, dude, the main card... The first fight was all right. The girl fight, it was all right. I think it was Manon Fiort. She's from France. She fucking won. It was pretty good, but it was a little slow. And then
was that the girl I was gonna pick that I said she won like 11 in the row? She was like the underdog, or was it the girl who had a better record? Do you remember?
The older girl, I don't know. I can't answer that question. What I can tell you is the girl that lost is the girl that has been the number one contender for like years. Because
so it was the other girl, yeah.
Because nobody can beat Valentina Shevchenko, so the rankings don't move.
He's just like the second best, yeah.
Yeah. And then this girl is 10-1, and she beat her. So now, obviously, another challenger for Valentina Shevchenko.
Okay, so that was the girl that I was picking. It's because one girl was like 18-4, and then the other one was 10-1, and she had won 10 in a row. She like lost her first fight. I remember talking to you about that. So yeah, she was the underdog.
Yeah. So then after that, it was Benil Dariush. I think he's like an Iranian fighter. He's a beast. I knew he was gonna win. He won.
Oh, I saw the highlights for that. He fucking. I think I saw the highlights for that. He basically dropped the guy and finished him. Right? He TKO'd him.
Yeah.
Or is that? Yeah.
Right, no. Oh, no. Sorry. It was decision, I think. I think that...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one went to a decision.
Might be talking about the next one then.
Decision. The next one is the one that, like, once my brother was locked in, like, during the prelims, I knew that if he could get through these first two fights... Because, like, trying to show someone the sport, if you get a couple slow fights in a row, as, like, a fan... As being the fan that's showing it to someone else, you're like, oh, I hope they don't get like disinterested because of like how slow it is right now. Mm-hmm. And then I knew if he could get through the first two, dude, it was Sean O'Malley and Petr Yan coming up. So he gets through the first two. I'm like, you have no idea what you're about to witness. And he's like, what? I'm like, I knew how to get him in. I'm like, this kid smokes a ton of weed and streams on Twitch. And he's like, no, he doesn't. I'm like, yeah, he plays Warzone on Twitch all the time. Then Sean O'Malley comes out with his fucking bright pink hair, and my brother is just instantly a fan, dude. He's like, oh my God. He's like, I hope this kid wins. So Mark knows, in a fight, right? I'm going to give you some stats. In a fight, I'm going to give you fighter A and fighter B. Fighter A has 6 takedowns. Fighter B has 0 takedowns. Who's going to win that fight?
The one with wait, so say that again. Zero takedowns
Fighter A
versus
has 6 takedowns, and Fighter
yeah,
B has 0 takedowns. Now, no matter what, right? If that fight goes to decision, the dude with the 6 takedowns is probably gonna win, right? On points,
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
right?
It happens all the
That's
time.
exactly what I said. Petre
Yeah.
Yan took Sean O'Malley down 6 times. But every time he took him down, Sean O'Malley would get up and fucking crank on him, dude. Crank on him.
Mm-hmm.
The fight goes to
Yeah.
decision. And I'm talking to my brother. I'm like, hey, I know like you're getting into this and I know you like Sean O'Malley, but just so you know, dude, when someone gets taken down 6 times
Mm-hmm.
and they
They
don't get
lose.
any takedowns, they lose. And he's like,
Like
oh,
not
damn, that sucks.
nine point
then
nine times out of 10.
then the decision comes in, dude, and they called Sean O'Malley as the winner. And my little brother was like, oh, he won. I'm like, holy fucking shit. Are you fucking serious? Flipping out. And he's like, wow, I'm so proud of him. And I'm like flipping out. I'm like, I can't believe you just witnessed that.
What the hell? Yeah, no, I saw a lot of people on Twitter that were upset and saying that he got robbed, but then I also saw other people that were like that O'Malley deserved it. So I mean that's one thing that about the UFC that it's like, okay, this guy gets 6 takedowns, he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
But if they're striking and he gets outstruck or whatever you want to
Which he
call it,
did.
yes, then that should mean something for O'Malley because he won in that category of fighting and Jan won in the category of wrestling or whatever type of fighting he used to take him down. But so I think that it should change, and not all the time, obviously. I mean, there's times when people get taken down like crazy, and you're like, all right, that was obvious. But I mean, if when they're standing up, the striking is just so good from the other side, and he rocks them once or twice. I don't always think it should go with the wrestling, and it's another thing too. When I hate fights where you have a really good wrestler and he just leans him up against the cage the whole time, and then he wins. It's like, oh my god, that's so boring. Like we get it. I feel like they should get separated
Like
more, and you should
Usman
be able
does
to
that.
see.
But dude, it didn't even dawn on me until watching the UFC. I forgot that Usman lost the belt, dude. I saw they showed Leon
Oh, yeah.
Edwards and he was holding the belt and then he flexed. I'm like, I forgot
Oh
he won.
yeah.
I'm like,
Oh yeah. I forgot
but
about that
anyways,
shit.
I really wanted to touch on this next fight and a little bit of the main event. But the next fight is Aljamain Sterling versus TJ Dillashaw, right? And Aljamain is the champion. Sean O'Malley is now the number 1 contender. Okay, so they're in the same weight class. But that's besides the point. We're not going to talk about that at this moment. Aljamain versus TJ Dillashaw. TJ apparently goes to the ref before the fight and says, listen, my shoulder's been popping out of its socket the entire training camp. It's going to pop out again. Don't stop the fight, please. The ref says, okay. 3 seconds into the fight, dude, he throws a punch. His shoulder comes completely out of the socket, and it's just hanging there, pretty much. The ref doesn't call the fight. Aljamain Sterling takes him to the ground and just starts pummeling him, dude. Pummeling him. And Aljamain, I guess, didn't know his shoulder was out of its socket, and he's just beating on him.
Which it shouldn't matter anyways because TJ Dillashaw went in saying that he was fine with dealing with it.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, he didn't even see his arm drop like that. That was how, like, in his mind, he was doing his game plan. Take him down. He wanted to beat on him, I guess.
Whooping his ass, yeah.
And then, like, they stand up, and the round ends. And then Aljamain goes to his corner, and his coach is like, his fucking arm is hanging there. Fucking hit him. And he's just screaming at him, dude. I'm like, oh, my God. And then in the other corner, TJ Dillashaw's coach is just trying to put his arm back into place.
Yeah. I mean, for TJ to say, like, he's having that problem and he's dealing with that problem and, like, clearly, like, he knows that it was probably going to happen during the fight and to still take the fight and to have it happen during the fight and not want it stopped and still, like, I love TJ Dillashaw. I know, like, everything that's happened with him, but like when he first came out, like I just love his style of fighting. I didn't watch this fight. I forget exactly what I was doing, but
you were working.
I was working, yes. But oh yes, that's right, because the time was weird. I remember you telling me like main card's about to come on. I'm like, bro,
because
like,
I was gonna watch it over at my uncle's house, and then we found out it was at 2, and I was literally laying in bed with a headache watching the fights. But if it
Yeah, I
was
was
at
like,
10, I
shit.
would have rested, recuperated, gone over there. I had a good time. But yeah.
But yeah, Dillashaw's getting old. Obviously, he's getting towards the end of his career. Maybe that was his last fight. Who the hell knows? But it sucks to go out like that. Like basically, I mean, it is an injury. Like he was fighting with an injury, like full out. So it sucks to go out like that.
Yeah.
But you never know. Maybe he'll rehab his shoulder. Maybe he'll come back with a statement win against whoever. I'm not saying he's going to go for a title shot again, but maybe he'll come back, have a nice knockout or a nice good fight, and then he'll say, you know what, I'm done. But I'd like to see him at least go out with a win.
Now, one thing to note on what you said is he came out in his post fight interview, like in the ring, and he said it was pretty hard. It kind of hit you in the heart. He was like, "I want to apologize to the entire division for holding it up." And we're like, and like in my mind, I'm like, holding it up. He's like one of the greatest to ever fight in that division. You're not holding it
Mm-hmm.
up. He
And
deserves a
he's one of the
spot.
most exciting too, I would say.
He's like, I want
Like
to
when he was
apologize to.
younger, he was so fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly. That's a name that I used to enjoy watching. But he's like, I'm sorry for holding up the division. Um, blah blah blah. Deserves a shot. Sean O'Malley deserves a shot, and it got people talking. Just because
Mm-hmm.
Sean O'Malley's the number one contender doesn't mean he needs to take a title fight right now or that he's even ready. And I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs one more fight, like fight one more person. They were saying Marlon Vera, the guy that beat him already, have
Mm-hmm.
them duke it out, and whoever wins gets a title shot. And I agree with that. He needs one more. He's not ready. Just by watching
Yeah.
that fight, he got dominated by Jan on the ground, and he wins because of the stand up.
Mm-hmm.
If he fights Aljamain,
Well, let's
he's
just
not
go
gonna
back
let
to
him
the
get
point.
up.
Let's just go back to the point that you made earlier. We've very rarely seen a fight that goes in the favor of someone who's been taken down 6 times. So if that happens to him again, the likelihood of him winning by decision is very slim. So he needs to clearly work on that part of his game. His striking is good enough, but he needs to be more well-rounded before he tries to make a title shot.
Now, I will say Aljamain is a lot. I wouldn't say. Yeah, he's smaller than Petre Yan, and he's, in my opinion, probably a little softer. And I think if Sean O'Malley did go for the title right now and he fought Aljamain for the title, I don't think it would. I don't think the ground game would matter. I think he would absolutely pummel Aljamain Sterling. They're both like the same age. They're both young as fuck.
Who, him and
The champ, Aljamain.
okay, okay.
He's like they're
Yeah,
both like
yeah.
28.
Are you talking about O'Malley, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you talking about the? Oh yeah. So O'Malley, I feel like
I don't
if
think
he
you know
gets the, if he
Aljamain
gets,
Sterling yet, right?
I don't know if I've seen
The
him
Funk
fight. To be
Master.
honest,
He's a Jamaican kid, but he's the champion right
I
now. He beat Petre for the belt.
yeah. See, I don't watch. I used to watch every UFC like main event like that, but I have been slacking a little bit. I'll get back on it, like because I love the UFC. It's just I just had a baby. I had a lot of shit going on, but um,
We used
you
to
know,
watch the fights every time they were on.
yeah,
We used
exactly. And I'm
to. We were like, oh, it's fight night, New York. We watching. We're like, yeah, there's like no one fighting, and we would watch.
exactly. Because I do love the UFC. It's a great sport. I'm gonna start watching it again.
Remember
But
the
no, I
nights
don't think
of
I've seen Sterling fight, but I have seen O'Malley fight. But my point, what I was getting at, is that I think that O'Malley, if he finds the right person, even though that person that he's fighting might have a better ground game than him, or better jujitsu than him, or whatever, um, O'Malley might be able to get in the dude's head and be like, "Let's make it a slugfest." You know what I mean? Like, there's probably so many people that Nick Diaz fought that he could take down and submit, but he's just like, "Oh, you want to have a dogfight? You want to stand here and throw hands? Then I'm going to do that the whole fight." And I don't know the type of dude that Sterling is, but he might be able to say, "All right, Sterling, let's just stand here and fucking box." And
yeah, I agree.
that'd be in his
I
favor.
agree. Um, and then the championship fight. I mean, I don't know. I know you've been disconnected from the UFC, so I think this one will really interest you. But Habib is a coach now, and he has a protege. Did you know that?
I did actually.
And his protege is Islam Makayev, and
Mhm.
he got a fight against Charles Oliveira this weekend for the belt, and he submitted the number
Oh, I
one
did know. I did
submission
know that.
artist in the UFC
Yeah,
in the second round.
He's got like the most like What did I read? He has the most finishes.
Charles
In
Oliveira does.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
But then he lost in the second round to this dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, watching this dude is just like watching Habib. And then in the beginning of the fight, they play a clip of Habib's dad, who has since passed, obviously, rest in
Mm-hmm.
peace.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a video of him saying, and I'm getting goosebumps just repeating myself. He said, Habib is the champion right now. This is years ago when he made this video. He said, Habib is the champion right now. And when Habib's time is done, Islam will have his time. And he like predicted the future
Yeah,
now that he's
that's
passed.
crazy.
And Habib retired, and now he's coaching Islam to he's a champion now.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I feel like it goes back to just like it's just life in general. Like you always hear that saying that it's like you are who you surround yourself with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you surround yourself with, arguably the best champion of all time, and he's training you, and even I'm sure they knew each other and were training while he was fighting, then you're gonna be fucking good. I
So
mean,
that's a perfect segue for this next part is you surround yourself around these people, dude. Well, Islam at the end of the fight goes over to his buddy and he fucking picks him up like the Lion King. And by his buddy, I mean Hasbullah. Picks him right up and he lifts him up to the crowd and the crowd explodes. And that brings me to my next point is Hasbullah signed a contract with the UFC. Now, the contract is two parts. First part is promotion. They signed Hasbullah to help them promote the company.
yeah, that's
obviously.
what I was like confused about when I first heard that. I'm like, there's like he's
The
not
second
gonna.
part
Go
is
ahead.
one fight. He signed for one fight in the UFC.
Yeah, he's gonna.
And he called out Conor McGregor. He said, "Give me that pussy
No,
ass."
he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight. You know the kid that you always see.
Yeah.
With him. Yeah, it's
No,
gonna be
no.
that kid.
You know
That's
what's
his
funny
one
is
fight.
they tried to fight, and what is it? Russia deemed it. It was like the Russia Board of Dwarfs. I swear to God, it exists. It's a real thing. I saw it on Snapchat
Really, I
today.
never heard about
The
this.
Russia like Board of Dwarfism or whatever deemed it to be inhumane to have them fight. So instead, Dana White's like, "Oh, come over to the UFC.
We'll make
let
a
you
ton of
fucking
money."
fight." But no, I thought that was
Yeah.
really funny.
Are you
Good
sure
for
that?
them,
Are you
dude.
sure that the fight is included in the?
I swear, 100%.
Really?
Fact. One fight. It might be multiple fights, but it's 100% one fight.
No, one fight would make sense if they just wanted to do something like before the actual main event starts with those two like boxing or something. But
You know
like,
he's 19, right?
yeah, but I
He
just
has like a form of dwarfism.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I know that. But
Right, so real quick though, I don't want to spend too much time.
promotion will be so good. Like I even
Yeah,
saw
right.
well, I saw the clip where they just showed him, and the whole crowd was like, "Yeah, going crazy."
Yeah. Oop. Yeah, the crowd pops off anytime he's like in the vicinity.
Yeah. No,
Um,
he's just like a fun. He's just like fun. He's just funny dude. He knows how to make people laugh.
Yep.
Like,
that's why he got
and he's
signed. He's-
yep, and he's just smart. He like I said, he's smart. He knows. Like I said, he knows how to make people laugh. He knows like who to surround himself with, and like I've seen him like slapping people and shit, like
Dude, if you
celebrities
ever
and
want to
stuff.
see
It's so
like
funny.
You ever want to see like good content? Look up the way that he got signed to the UFC. He freaking called Dana White, or like not called him, but he posted a video on Twitter. He's like, Dana White, watch out! I'm coming to the UFC in Abu Dhabi. In his like little dwarf voice, he's like, Dana
Yeah.
White, watch out! I'm coming to UFC Abu Dhabi. And then Dana White's like, I can't wait to meet you, Hasbullah.
Oh yes, I did see that.
He's
too.
like, I
Yeah,
can't.
saw
Yeah,
that.
he's like, I can't wait to meet you. And then they fucking signed
And
the
here we
contract.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Dana White was
Hasbullah's like,
really
yeah,
like,
watch
"Oh,
out,
shit."
dude, I'm coming. And then he called out Conor McGregor on Twitter, and Conor McGregor got so real life mad at Hasbullah. I swear to God, he was like shitting on him. He's like, he posted a tweet that said, "Let me spar Hasbullah one time with gloves on," and then deleted his tweet. But someone like captured it before he could delete it.
He might have been joking, and then it was being taken the wrong way, and then he deleted it.
Yeah, or he got too mad too quick, and then
I don't think it was. That doesn't sound like Connor.
yeah. But all right.
He probably posted it, and then all the comments were like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like going off, and then he was like, "All right, fuck it, I was joking."
All right, real quick though. I'm just gonna give a rundown. So next week, I'm getting married on the weekend, but
Yeah, buddy.
me and Mark are gonna record an episode at the beginning of the week. So you'll get an episode next week, but the week after, we probably won't record an episode. Maybe we'll put out a video for you guys, kind of like a extra credit, but that's not confirmed yet.
Like a bonus episode.
Yeah, that's not confirmed yet. But because of this, my favorite fighter is Israel Adesanya. He's fighting next weekend, and I want to talk about it because Mark's opinion really matters to me, and I've just had this fight in my head for a really long time, so I want to go over just the main card.
Wait, this
real
upcoming weekend?
Not this weekend, next weekend.
The following? Oh, okay,
wait.
okay.
Not next weekend, the weekend after. So I get married, then I go on my honeymoon, then I come back on Friday, and then the next day he's fighting.
UFC 281?
Yep, 281. So just real quick, gonna go over the main card.
Oh, that's the day after my birthday. Ah.
Yeah, the 12th. Yep. All right, so I'm not gonna talk about the first fight. First fight is Dan Hooker. We really don't care. Second fight, Frankie Edgar makes his return against Chris Gutierrez. Don't really know anything about this fight. I think it's cool for the fans to get to see Frankie Edgar again. Again, this fight is in New York, so Madison Square Garden. Anyone in New York, enjoy yourselves. I'm jealous. To be honest, I fought to have this be part of my honeymoon, and I lost. I really wanted to go to
Actually, that would have been cool. I can tell you my predictions right now.
For the Frankie Edgar fight?
Yeah, I mean, and the Dan Hooker fight, I think that...
Let's hear it.
I don't know. See, there's so many of these up-and-coming people that I think I've seen fight, but I just can't remember their names. I don't know if I've seen this guy, to be honest with you.
Who,
he's 13
Claudio?
and 2. Yeah, I don't remember seeing him, I don't think.
Yeah, he's 26, so he's really young. I'm learning now. 26 is young for the UFC. I'm learning. What's his name? Claudio? Let me see who he's beaten. We don't need.
Yeah,
we don't really need to talk about these fights because I have a lot to say about the other ones. But Claudio Pugh.
He's unranked, so this is his chance to get ranked and
I
be
agree.
in the conversation.
I think this is kind of a setup fight.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, that's cool. His name is almost like Claudia, and his nickname is the Prince of Peru.
Oh shit!
We have to root for him. Oh, that's another thing, real quick. Before we continue, Ben wants to watch these with us on Discord. I was thinking maybe like a watch party or something. It's the last day of my honeymoon.
Possibly.
And my brother is going to be with me and Ben that night, like watching, because he's into this now.
Asia's dad will be here that weekend, but he doesn't care, so I might be able to do it anyway.
Maybe you could get Scott to come on.
Not Scott. Her other dad. Not her stepdad.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, the Prince of Peru. I don't really want to spend too much time on these because I really want your.
I don't know.
I don't.
I know. I have more of an opinion about the other ones. This guy,
yeah.
I just
the next three. You see them, right? You have them brought up.
Yeah, I got it pulled up.
Yeah, so we'll just talk about the last three fights. So the first one, Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler, I think he's coming off a loss to.
No, he's coming off a win.
Wait, didn't he just lose to Charles Oliveira?
No, he just beat fuck, what's his name? Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue, dude. Oh my god.
Tony Ferguson.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
Is it? You sure?
Yeah, on May 7th, 2022 at UFC 274.
Okay.
That was the night that all the fights got fucked up because people couldn't make weight.
You know what? So the one you were thinking of was him and Justin Gaethje, and then he lost to Charles Oliveira before that. Okay. Oh, see, he takes hard fights.
Yeah, that's the Charles Oliveira fight. That's the one I'm talking about. Damn, dude, he's
twice. He takes literally all the best people.
Yeah.
Remember, he came over from Bellator, right? He was at the Bellator champion, and when he came over,
his 4
everyone
fights
was
in the UFC. Dan Hooker, Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, and Tony Ferguson.
And now Dustin Poirier.
Exactly.
Dude, that guy's a thug. That guy's a fucking G. You know how many people don't would never in a million years take fights like that. There's a handful of people in the UFC that take fights that like every time you're like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. I feel like Dustin's pretty much the same way. At least now, he's got a lot of wins. He's been in the game for a long time, but even now, every fight that Dustin's
Dustin,
it's
right?
against someone good. I do like Dustin, but I also like Chandler. So
damn, all right.
This is a tough one
between the two of them.
Yeah.
So who do you think wins that one? I think Michael Chandler wins that one handily. But
it depends on what they do.
I think they're going to stand up and throw. What else are they going to do? Because they know who's fighting in the main event, in my opinion. I think it's a stand up and throw kind of fight. I think they want to fucking... What else are they going to do? Maybe ground and pound, but I think that comes later in the fight. It's a 3-round fight. I think.
It's only 3 rounds?
Yeah, I think they're going to.
So if it's only 3 rounds, they're going to get after it. Like, they're just going to fucking... I already know.
Yeah.
They're going to fucking swing on each other. You're right.
They're probably barely doing any cardio. They're probably just fucking training on the bags.
I want to take Chandler, but if Chandler tries to do the fight with Dustin where they're just standing in the middle of the ring and boxing and yeah, to make it interesting, we'll do a little side bet on this for the cast. If you're taking Chandler, like I said, I want to, and if I was probably putting actual money, I probably would. And plus, this is the first time I'm even looking at this. I did know they were fighting, but I didn't even think about it till just now. But yeah, I'll take Poirier for the night for him to win that.
All right, so we got a little bit of a side bet going, and then the next fight is Zhang Weili versus Carla Esparza, and that one's for the women's strawweight belt. Now, Carla,
she's gonna whoop her ass.
Carla's gonna whoop her ass.
No, the other girl's gonna whoop her ass.
Carla's the champ.
I know, but exactly. Her last fight was against Rose.
I'm glad you know your shit, because I think Zhang Weili, the only reason she lost was because she got literally head kicked, and how fucking that's a fucking shot in the dark, dude. It's that doesn't happen all the time.
Comes out of nowhere, yeah.
I think Zhang Weili is gonna win that handily.
See, yeah, but playing devil's advocate, Carla. She's been around since fucking day one, bro. Didn't she? Wasn't she?
Yeah, she was in the.
She won the Ultimate Fighter.
The inaugural weight class fight.
No, but didn't she win the Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah, which is remember you told me that's what started that division. They had an Ultimate Fighter.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
where
right.
The winner would be the champion because they didn't have a weight class for it yet.
Yeah, I think you're right. So then, yeah, she might come out and she might be like, saw all the fucking the reaction to her last fight, and she might want to come out and prove a point. You never know. We've seen a lot of crazy upsets, but without a crazy upset, I think Zhang's gonna beat her pretty easily.
I agree. So the main reason why I'm having this entire conversation is because
now you got me wanting to watch this.
Is because I'm a huge Israel Adesanya fan. He is obviously my favorite fighter.
Fucking Meatball Molly's fighting on this card too.
Yeah, she is. But I was just talking about the main card. But so, anyways,
yeah, I might have.
Long story short, I was a McGregor fan when I first made my reintroduction to the UFC, and then, on my own, I discovered Israel, and I've become really close, to watching his fights. Even my fiance, she's like, I feel like I know him. We've watched all his fights, and I like that. For me, I know I've said this before, this is the most scared I've ever been for a fight for this kid, and here is why. He's fighting Alex Pereira, who he fought twice in his kickboxing career. Now, Izzy is, I think he's 18-1 in his UFC career. He's only lost
23-1.
23-1. He's only lost to when he moved up in weight class to fight Jan Blachowicz for the light heavyweight belt. He lost that one, so he's 23-1. He's never lost at middleweight. He's looking to be the next Anderson Silva. Now, mind
Hmm.
you, he has fought Alex Pereira twice before in kickboxing. He lost both times. The second time, he got knocked out. This kid's coming
If
from
you didn't tell me
kickbox.
this, I would have had no idea.
This kid's coming from kickboxing. The first dude he fights in the UFC, he fucking beats the bag out of him. And then he gets on the mic and he says, "I'm coming for you, Izzy.
Again, yeah.
I'm coming for you."
Again.
And then that night, Izzy defends his belt, and Joe Rogan puts him on the mic and he goes, "What's next for you, Izzy?" And Izzy doesn't run from nobody. He fights all the hardest people. He puts the mic in his face and he says, "You all know what's next. Let's get it on."
Yeah. So this can go one of two ways. Either Izzy's gonna want to say, "Yes, I lost those two fights," and he's a warrior. He's a man. I'm sure he'll say, "Yeah, he got the best of me both times." He's not going to be like, "Oh, come up with any excuses." Um, Either he's going to want to stand there and make it basically like a kickboxing match, or he's going to want to be like, "No, you're in my world right now, motherfucker," and he's going to show him his other skills besides kickboxing that
That
this
he's
guy
learned
might
over the
not
years.
have. I don't know. I don't know this guy too much, but you never know. This guy could be fairly new or not as good at jujitsu or wrestling. The UFC's got everything. So Izzy might be like, "You're in my world now, motherfucker," and he might use everything but kickboxing. Box here and there, but if Izzy feels any type of being threatened at all, he might be like, "All right, let me take this guy down. Let me submit him, or do something along
You
those
think we
lines."
could see the first ever Israel Adesanya submission?
I mean, he definitely has the skills to defend against other people that have tried to submit him and whatnot. So, like, he's got skills, but it might not
Don't
just be
forget, this
his.
dude's a kickboxer, but he's Brazilian. I think that he
Well,
probably
that's
trains around people that fight on the ground.
yeah. I'm looking at his stats right now. I got it pulled up in front of me. Um, yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be like a striking match, but like I said, if Izzy's losing, and you never know. I mean, Izzy's a man, like he could get this Alex guy could get in his head once they actually start. If he hits him good, Izzy might be like, "Yeah, this guy got me twice,"
Let me.
and then he
I'm
might
just.
want to he
I
might
just.
want to change it up.
I want to read you this real
But
quick. Picture the two of them fighting in the UFC when I tell you this. I want you to tell
I
me.
kind of want to watch the kickboxing matches of those two now.
So let me
How
read you
long? Do you know
this.
how long ago this was?
Uh,
It must have been.
2017. Wait,
Oh, so
before 2017 when he transitioned. So probably 2015.
so
So
yeah,
let me
Izzy's
read
a
you
lot
this
older
real
now.
quick. So I just want you to put yourself in the mind of like you're sitting ringside and listen to this story. Pineda and Adesanya fought for the first time in a 3-round bout. Pineda would capture this fight in a unanimous decision victory. The two would rematch then a year later with differing results for both sides. The reigning UFC middleweight champion would see a lot of success in this rematch, winning many of the exchanges. He kept the Brazilian on the back foot, peppering him with combinations and nearly finishing him with a standing knockout in round 2. When it seemed like victory was in sight and he was on his way to avenging the first loss to Pereira, Adesanya would get careless and come to a screeching halt when he was brutally knocked out by a picture-perfect counter left hook to the chin in round 3. What does that tell you?
That tells me that hopefully he learned his lesson.
Yeah, that like
that
you're
that
not
he he's
winning in
he
round
could be
2.
better than. Well, no, I mean the way they started that story is that in the second fight he was winning, and then he got careless, and then got caught and knocked out. So if he comes into this and he's winning, hopefully he doesn't get careless and he's learned his lesson from that last fight and wins.
And you know what scares
Um,
me about what you just said? Hopefully he doesn't get careless. All of the shit talking and all of the hype that's going around, he wants to come out and prove to people. And part of me is like, he wants to prove to people, which means he's looking for that TKO. He's looking for that knockout. He's
mhm.
looking to be like, I'm the best. But yeah.
So I knew that Izzy had a kickboxing background, but I didn't know the extent that it went to.
Yeah, tell us his
Um,
record real
it,
quick.
75-5. 70, 75-5, and two of the losses are to the same person.
who he's
That's
fighting. It could
fucking
be.
wild. Holy shit. I don't want to say this guy's his kryptonite, but it all depends on what Izzy,
This dude has
how
one
Izzy
fight in the
wants to fight it.
UFC. He's gonna come in and win the belt in his second fight. That's crazy.
But that's my point. That's my point, Scott. Is that it all depends on what Izzy wants to do. Is Izzy going to make this a kickboxing match, or is he going to fucking make it a UFC fight?
Let's not sit here and pretend like Izzy hasn't fought people who said they were coming for his head and they were going to knock his head off. Like Izzy's fought
But this
people
guy
who
has
were
knocked him out.
right. But since then, this is what I wanted to say. Since then, what has transpired? Izzy has moved on to the UFC. He's trained with the best. And when I say the best, I mean the best. He's trained with the best fighters in the world. He's trained mixed martial arts. He's beaten some insane people. He has won the belt, defended the belt, continued to train with the best people. Let's look at Alex Pineda. He has continued to kickbox. Then, after I think about half the time, so half the time that Izzy's been in the UFC, then Pineda transferred to mixed martial arts. He starts training other martial arts. Then, not even, I think last year, he makes his UFC debut and he gets his first win. So, it's a very different Izzy. It's all about, I think it's all about Pineda. I know you're saying it's about Izzy, but it's like, is Pineda ready to fight in the UFC? We're going to find out. Or is he still just a balloon animal trying to take people's heads off?
Yeah, so I always forget, because like whenever you look at Izzy, I always forget that he's actually 33. Like I always think he just looks younger than he is. So I was gonna say, I mean, this was 7 years ago, so Izzy was in his mid-20s. I mean, it could even be before that. We don't have an exact date. It doesn't really matter to look it up right now. But he's older. He's matured. He's trained that whole fucking time. You know, I don't know. I do think it's on Izzy. I think if Izzy just sits there and tries to kickbox this guy, he could win that way. But if he does get caught, it's time to bring it to the UFC and show him what the UFC is about. It's not, you can't just. There's a lot of takedowns. There's other aspects of it. So we'll see what happens.
I agree. All right.
Like kind of like he's. I think something cool would be like, maybe he is winning in the kickboxing thing, but then he's like, all right, let me like welcome to the UFC moment. Like take him down, boom. Even though he's beating him in fucking kickboxing, he beats him in two aspects of the fucking game.
Yeah.
That makes it so much more interesting, Scott. Just real quick, just because. When I was looking at this, I didn't know that. So I was like, this guy's only 6-1. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, who is he beating, Now it makes sense why they made the fight.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, so that's my 281 preview. I think it's going to be a fun night, and I can't wait. But at the same time...
And we're voting for Meatball Molly.
Absolutely. And then... real quick, we'll just touch on the MLB playoff picture, what's been going on with that.
We spent way too long on, we didn't, not way too long.
We spent like
but
45 minutes on the UFC.
Which I'm fine with. I love the UFC.
It definitely gives us something to look forward to when football's over. Is like, we'll still have some stuff to talk about.
That actually might be, once football's over, that might be one of our main focuses.
Yeah, because it's every week. Okay, so real quick, the Yankees choke one away again to the fucking Astros again. I think that's like the third time in a row the Astros have eliminated the Yankees. Talk about someone's kryptonite. The Astros are the Yankees' kryptonite. Are the Yankees fucked? Like, and I don't mean obviously they're out. I mean, does that team need to be blown up?
They're good enough to get to the fucking playoffs, but they can't finish it out when it needs to be done.
Like 3 times now.
3 times? Yeah. And didn't, in the last game, didn't they have the lead and then they fucking blew it?
Yeah, they did.
To stay alive?
Last night or 2 nights ago? Yeah.
Yeah, there was an error. There's an error at the end for them to take the lead, correct?
Yeah, they lost 6-5.
Yeah.
Let me see the box score. Yeah, they were winning... It was 4-4. They were never winning, but yeah, they let an error caused the Astros to go up 6-4, and then they lost. Yeah.
That's, I mean, but that's my point. Is like you have the fucking talent, but then you do something as stupid as that to lose you the game. I don't know.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've seen so many memes and so many things about the Yankees, like how they're talking all the shit and how people were so positive on it, and like that just they got 3 out correct.
Is it 3 or is it 4? I think it's 4.
No, because I think it was best of 5, right?
Oh, okay. No, it's 4. 4. Best of 7 for the final 2
Oh,
rounds.
okay. Even worse.
Yeah,
Even worse.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's embarrassing.
I mean, dude, it's embarrassing. Anytime you lose and Ted Cruz is at the game is embarrassing. It's like you cannot lose in front of Ted Cruz. Come on. Do you even know who that is?
Yeah, yes, I know who that is.
You looked at me like I was an idiot.
No, I'm looking. My camera's here, but I have like the ESPN app right here. So,
yeah. So then we got our World Series, which is the Astros and the Phillies. So it's half of the teams that I wanted to be in it. We got the Phillies, dude. Let's go, Philly cheesesteaks for the win. I mean, I'm strictly.
You do have steak and cheese all the time, though. Like, actually,
I love steak and cheese. I'm
yeah,
literally like. I'm watching the World Series just to root for the Phillies. Like now I actually want to watch. Like if it was like the Yankees and the Phillies, I definitely would have still watched. Okay, if it was like the Astros and the Padres, not watching. Not watching that game. I'm watching because if Philly wins a World Series, that place is going to erupt. And I want to be there watching.
It's crazy. The Phillies had their overall record for the season was 87-75. They literally have a losing record for away games.
You just got to get in. It's like hockey. You just got to get in the playoffs.
But that's my point. Is like, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but we don't need to have that discussion right now because football is going to take us a while. But like, why play that long ass season? Just I don't know. Yeah. We talked about this a little bit last week. It makes no sense. So, like, look at it this way. I understand that a story could be good. Like, the Phillies, who clearly don't have a record as close to the Astros. I'm sure the Astros are favored by a lot. But if they come back and win, it's like, okay, cool. You know, nice big upset. Good for Philadelphia. Sweet. But what's the point in playing like all those fucking games just for something like that to happen? I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know. It just makes the
Phillies or the
regular
Astros?
season.
I need a pick from you.
Wait. So just give me a lowdown. I don't know if you can remember, but the Phillies. What happened with their series to get into the World Series?
I think they dominated the Padres. Let me look. But I can explain to you the World Series. The Astros are the team that always wins. They're nasty. They're stacked. Everybody probably thinks the Astros are going to win. And then the Phillies are the underdogs, the team that people count out. The people that are making a run when they shouldn't be. The team that you want to root for, might I add.
So they
won
3-1.
4-1.
4-1?
Yeah.
Okay, so they won in pretty demanding.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, we like a good story. We do like a good story.
Let's just both ride or die Phillies, bro. Let's make this a Phillies pod.
Yeah, for baseball. We like the Phillies for baseball.
I mean, what else are we going to like the Phillies? What are they going to strap on?
No, I meant like Philadelphia fucking teams. We don't like the Eagles.
What if the Phillies win and then the Eagles win? Is there a new title town?
No, we'll always be the fucking title town, dude. I mean, come on. I should say the title town of,
All right, we gotta get through this.
Decades.
What are your picks? Who do you got?
I'll take Phillies. Fuck it. Game 7.
Phillies. Win it. We're a Phillies podcast. All right, we gotta move on.
Phillies Game 7.
We are so behind, but we got.
We're not behind. We're just not rushing.
Yeah, We got college football week 8 picks to go over. And then we will make our predictions for week 9. And then we'll finish off with NFL and send you guys off into the week. So week 8. First game of the slate. Where are you?
I got it right here if you want me to start.
Yeah, go ahead.
First game we have is Ohio. I wanted to say Ohio State, but no, just I'm sorry. Ohio State, I can't speak, versus Iowa. Ohio State won 54-10. Ohio State was favored by 25. They cleared that easily. That's who I picked, so I got that game.
Wait, real quick. What's my college football picks right now?
You are 18-15, and I'm 19-14. So we're right neck and neck.
All right.
Next game, Ohio State. Yeah, I don't think that was a surprise to anyone. I don't know who they play next week, but we'll get to that next. They're ranked number 2 in the nation.
So just so everyone knows, I got
that. You got Iowa?
I picked the
You took Iowa? Yeah.
Dude, they were plus 29. I thought they could play football.
I thought I had 25. Oh, no, I did have 29. My 9 was just fucked up.
Football.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait, get BC Wake Forest out of the way because that's at the top here, and it's going to give me OCD. Because I have, BC is my favorite team, so it comes up at the top.
Oh, yeah. So, BC, yes, we took them minus 21 just because we're from Boston and we just wanted to get a little spicy.
How many episodes are you going to say? Are you going to be episode fucking 35? You're we're from Boston. It's they know.
Yeah, Big Cat talks about Chicago every episode, and he's been doing it for 7 years.
Boston, but if you don't know where we're from by now, go back and listen to a few episodes.
I'm not worried about it. I will always say that. Always. So, yeah, that was a bust. All right, so now...
Wait, minus 21.
Okay, go ahead.
What's 43 minus 21? Does it equal 15?
What?
43 minus 21. Damn it. We were actually only 7. We were a touchdown away from getting that one, even though it looks like a lot.
I can't believe we just had to do that math.
Yeah, I did.
No, we clearly lost
on a calculator. We were... What do you mean we only lost by a touchdown?
Yeah, but you just do 15 plus 21. That's only 36. That's less than...
Right, so even less. That's 6 points. We were pretty close. So that's why I did it on a calculator, bitch. All right, next game.
You want me to just go ahead and take this? Because I got it all in front of me right now. All right, so the next one is Tennessee versus UT Martin. We knew this was going to be a fucking wash. The line was... Oh, we didn't write it down, did we?
No, I did.
But it was
Tennessee minus 39. I went back and checked. See? I do my homework for this pod. The things 39? I do. Minus 39, yep. And I was going to text you and say, Tennessee, the line fucked us.
Oh, we didn't take Tennessee.
No, I took Tennessee, and I said, depending on the line, and I still took Tennessee. So I won that. We didn't take anyone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We didn't take anyone. This pick doesn't count.
Okay, yeah, because I just wrote checking the line, and then I never made...
But I went back, before the game and checked the line, and I wrote it in here. It was Tennessee minus 39. So they ended up covering that, and I took Tennessee. But that pick doesn't count, because we didn't make the pick on the pod. But they did. Because
I never picked. I wrote checking the line, and then I never wrote my actual pick. I mean, I probably would have taken Tennessee, but...
I did my homework for us.
Just because I didn't actually write it, then that's fine. Yeah, we all knew that was going to be a fucking blowout.
This is a game that we should talk about next.
Yes. The next game is Syracuse versus Clemson. This was a fucking back and forth game.
Game of the week.
Yeah, I'd say game of the week was, or maybe there's a couple contenders, but yeah, I would say it's probably game of the week for sure. Scott and I, we both took Syracuse plus 13.5. I wanted them to win. We've been riding with Syracuse for a little bit just because, sometimes you got to take the underdog. Sometimes you got to take the people that everyone doubts. I remember I was listening to some of the college football podcasts. They're like, yeah, Syracuse is about to get fucking rolled over, fucking smoked. And I'm like, maybe, but I mean, I think Syracuse might be a little bit better. Yeah. might be a little bit better than what you guys think. And as you guys, I don't know if you guys saw the game, but it was very close the whole time. Clemson
I didn't really
kept
watch the
looking.
game, but I watched highlights and I was listening to you text me, and I know
I
like what was
watched
going
I
on.
watched the whole thing at work. I was listening. If I wasn't watching it, I was listening to it in my headphones like it was the radio. I was listening to the broadcasters.
Yeah, yeah.
The Clemson had 4 turnovers. Um, they were able to come back and win. I mean, that was the thing is that everyone kept saying, "Oh, well, they had 4 turnovers. Syracuse should have capitalized on at least one of those to win." Doesn't matter. Like the game is. It was close. It was a dogfight at the end. They ended up losing. They had a couple stupid penalties with like Syracuse's defense got a little sloppy and like can't remember the exact penalties. I want to say someone got one for hitting a player out of bounds late. They just had some stupid mistakes, and if they had cleaned those mistakes up, they would have been completely fine. So hopefully they can stay on track. I think that's a very slim chance they make the playoffs now, just because the other people that have one win, Alabama, um, will probably make the playoffs if it comes down to that. But
You mean
hopefully
one
they can,
loss,
yeah, what I say,
one win?
one win. Oh yeah, one loss. Um, hopefully they can, start making this
Can I make a bold
pool into
prediction?
something special. Yeah, go ahead.
I think a, I'm spitting all over the place. I think a
Oh, one thing I
team.
forgot to mention. Go ahead.
I think a team with 2 losses makes the playoffs this year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is bold. That is very bold.
What
One
happens
thing
if
I
I get
forgot to
that?
say. I don't know. I'll blow you. How many games are left? There's a decent amount of games left, but I just don't
Yo,
know.
dude, I forgot. We're not gonna be able to do a Halloween pod.
Oh yeah, shit.
It's alright. I'll do something for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
One thing I
I got
did want
cat
to say.
ears too, if you want them.
Can you hear me, Scoots?
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say is that Clemson, when they were down, I want to say they were down 21-7, and they benched their starting quarterback
Look at this.
and brought in the backup. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Is that a mullet or is that a hat
It's a mullet.
or both? Love it, dude. Looking real good.
Here, I'll fix it for you.
But they benched their starting quarterback, and their starting quarterback or their backup quarterback ended up coming in and leading them to the victory. Afterwards, the coach said that the starter, I can't say his name, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but he said that he's still going to be the starter. They just needed a spark, so they brought in the young guy, and the guy gave him enough spark to win. But I also think that this showed Syracuse can contend with top schools, but at the same time, I feel like this showed that Clemson's really not as good as a lot of people think that they are, in my opinion. I think that before the season's over, or if they
I couldn't agree
make the
more, by
college
the way.
playoffs, if they do make the college playoffs, I think that one of whoever they play out of the other 3 teams is going to fucking roll over them.
Yeah, I don't think Clemson's a contender at all.
I mean, of course they are with their record, but I
I
mean,
mean, they're a contender because they're forced to be a contender because the committee sucks, but I don't think they contend with like I think Georgia beats them handily. I think Alabama would beat them
mhm.
handily. I think Tennessee would beat them handily. I just like
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, to have to put in a backup quarterback, not to have enough like confidence in your starter to beat Syracuse. And like I said, I think Syracuse is on the up and up. And I did think, well, they covered the spread for us, so that's a plus. Um, but for them to actually almost win this game, I think that something good might be happening over there. But a number 5 team should be fucking smoking Syracuse. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't call them
Not
a true number
struggling
5 at this
to
point.
win
Yeah.
at the very least.
Oh yeah, we got that one. We picked Syracuse, so we got that one easy. So right now we should both
One
be.
and three. Oh, I'm 1-3.
Oh yeah, I'm 2-3, 2-1. I'm sorry. Okay.
Two and
Next game.
two.
No, because the Tennessee one that we didn't count. Remember.
Oh yeah, fuck. Nice. I'm 1-2.
So this is a little out of order here. Let me find this
I look
game.
like
Okay, so
Joe Dirt's cousin.
cousin Freddie.
Scott.
All right, the next game we have is Cincinnati versus SMU. Scott, do you have the line written
Holy
down?
shit. That's the next game?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Our picks were out of order
I
for whatever
had.
reason.
Wait, I had. It was Cincinnati -3, and I had Cincinnati -3, and they did not cover.
Yep. So we both lost that one. I did not see this game. Shout out S fan. He went to SMU. He's a streamer. We love him. We've been watching him for years. He must have been pretty happy, yet pretty fucking stressed during this game. But to almost beat a ranked team while your team's unranked, pretty fucking dope.
Absolutely.
But Cincinnati, step your shit up. Next game.
They were in the fucking playoffs last year. Don't forget.
True. Even worse for them to almost lose to SMU.
SFA
Next
went to the
game.
Minnesota game this weekend. I saw it.
Yeah, I haven't watched this tailgating, but I definitely have to. I might actually do that tonight. Anyways, next game is Ole Miss versus LSU. I flipped a coin. I thought LSU had a definite chance to win this. The coin flip went the wrong way for sure. Because LSU won 45-20. This was a fucking slaughter. A lot of people did not believe in Ole Miss as a number 7 team in the nation. Thought they had a pretty easy schedule. Thought they won a couple pretty close ones, and that seemed to be the truth. I mean, I
Wait,
let me be real.
can I do my walk of victory real quick? I took Ole Miss.
Yeah, you took Ole Miss, but Ole Miss lost. What was the spread?
Oh, I thought they won. I thought they won.
Flip it, flip it. Oh, you didn't.
That
watch
wasn't me.
game.
That was my cousin Joe Dirt.
No, yeah, they got smoked by LSU. But remember when I told you, I was like, dude, I don't know. I think LSU could win this one. Let me flip a coin. Remember we flipped a coin on last week's pod? Yeah, that's why
Who'd you
you're
end up
confused.
picking?
I picked it landed on Ole Miss for the coin flip.
Wait, did I flip? I flipped the coin. That's right. It was this coin right here that I have.
Yeah,
That's
but
fucking too good. Sorry.
yes. No,
Sorry.
it's all good. I probably should have just picked LSU anyways because that was my gut. But I was trying to believe in Ole Miss, but I think everyone knew they probably weren't the 7th team in the nation. They just happened to be undefeated. A lot of close ones. I think they showed their true colors. Let's see how they come out for the rest of the season. There's going to be some teams with one
Can I make
loss
one
that,
more bold prediction? I think
Yeah.
the team that makes it with the 2 losses is LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think they win from here on out. You want to hear their schedule?
who'd they lose to already?
They lost to Tennessee. And then
Okay, well,
week
Tennessee
one
one of
to
those
Florida
4.
State with a new head coach.
What was the score between the LSU and the Tennessee game?
It was 40-13. But I think
Yeah,
Tennessee wins the entire thing this year. I don't think anyone's beating them.
I think Georgia can beat them.
You don't even want to hear how spicy my pick is? You want to hear their next couple games?
Yeah, go ahead.
Next game versus Alabama. That's why I think they're going to be a 2-loss team that makes it. Just because I think next week they beat Alabama.
They beat Alabama?
Because I'm
If
pretty
they did-
sure it's in LSU. So
Really?
it's in Death Valley. But then they have Arkansas, UAB, and Texas A&M.
Scott, while I do this, these next couple of games, could you check to see what Ole Miss dropped down to now that they lost this? Because they were number 7 when this happened.
You didn't want to do the rankings after? I thought we were going to.
Yeah, we can do it. No, that works. But yeah, no, if LSU beats Alabama, and those are the 2 main 2-loss teams, I don't know, man. There's so many teams with 1 loss that could win the rest of the season.
LSU and Alabama, if they both have 2 losses, I'm telling you, they don't get left out of the playoffs.
Yeah, but you got to remember, you still got other teams with 1 loss.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
you gotta look at
Once
their
we look at the
schedules.
rankings, we'll have a better idea.
And you have to look at who they play next.
Yeah, for sure. That would be fucking legendary. Alabama, it's funny because I'm always with my girlfriend's family and her uncle's such a big Alabama fan, so I just make it a point to hate them and root against them.
Yeah,
So,
same.
and I used to love Auburn too, so that's another thing. But I mean, just in general, I don't care who they're playing. It's always good to see Alabama lose. But yes, I'm curious to see what happens with Ole Miss for the rest of the season, and if
Can
they
I just tell
win.
you something real quick? Guess what game we have that is the night of the wedding? And mind you, after the wedding, I'm gonna get on the mic and be like, "Oh, we're all going to so and so for a few drinks." Guess what game is gonna be on?
What?
Tennessee, Georgia. Not a playoff game.
We might not be watching the Celtics. Oh no, the Celtics are
No,
Friday night.
this is Saturday.
Dude, they might have a TV in there.
They will have a TV in there. I've seen it.
We're throwing it on.
It's it might be after. If it's because the time is to be determined, so they're probably gonna prime time that shit.
Yeah, well, yeah. What are the hours of the wedding?
12:30 to 4:30.
Oh, really?
No, the ceremony is 11 to 11:30. So like that's when they marry us, and then from 11:30
Okay.
to 12:30, me and you and everybody else are doing pictures, and then from 12:30 to 4:30 is the reception.
Okay. So, what's your plan for when we get out? You don't have one yet?
No, I do. I'm gonna get up on the mic, and I'm gonna say, the bride and groom
Let's
would
go
like
watch Tennessee win.
no,
The
yo,
balls.
I got the Oba. Everybody go to there. No, I'm gonna be like,
The
yo.
balls by a milli.
No, I'm gonna get on the mic and I'm gonna invite everybody over to the bar down the street to hang out for a few drinks and chill down and end the night.
Cool. That works for me.
And
Yeah, I
then
was thinking,
hopefully
'cause I was
Tennessee's
thinking
on.
it
I'm
was
gonna be
that
like,
night.
everybody take the over. We'll see you at fucking barbecue Tennessee's.
So now I get why you were saying that Friday is going to be a big party too. It's because I didn't know the wedding was like during the day. I thought it was going into the nighttime.
The wedding?
But yeah, I thought like it was.
Okay, I got you.
Dude, there's so many different times and shit. Like can't remember. But
Yeah, I know.
yeah, so last point is that let's see what Ole Miss does for the rest of the season. If they stay with one loss, I wonder if they'll be in the conversation. I don't think so, but you never know. All right, next game. Scott and I think we got screwed on this one. It is UCLA and Oregon. I was watching the beginning of this. Was pretty close off the rip. I'm like, these teams look evenly matched. First quarter, it was tied. Second quarter, it just got fucking loose from UCLA. They scored 28. UCLA only got 10. And then after that, it was kind of like, oh shit, here we go. Oregon, they had a shitty start against Georgia. They got fucking smoked, so no one believed in them. But 6 straight wins. Another win against a team that's higher than them. So I don't know. Oregon could be in the conversation too. There's so many fucking teams right now, man. These next few weeks are so important. You can't have any upsets in these big games. You got to win. So yeah, I mean, college football is really heating up, bro.
I'm 1-5 this week. I don't have anything to say about that game.
Yeah, we lost. We both did. We thought UCLA was going to win that.
If I go 1-6, I'm gonna have even less to say about these games.
Dude, I mean, yeah, I mean they were right next to each other, rank wise, but I don't know. It's okay. Shit happens.
Look,
One thing I wanted to ask you though is,
freaking mutton chops to fucking go 1-6. All right.
dude, you look fucking ridiculous. I keep thinking that you have that on. I keep forgetting you have that on.
I don't have anything on. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
you
look
know what
like
they
that
call
dude.
this? Potty in the front. I mean, business in the front, potty in the back.
Yeah. Get the hairspray out, like fucking what's his name?
Joe Dirt.
No, what the fuck is his name? The rapper.
Weird
Oh
Al.
my god, where's Jamie? No, the Jamie when you need him.
I don't look.
Oh
like
my
Weird
god.
Al.
The dude that wears the fucking grills. He makes funny fucking songs, dude.
Yeah, Weird Al
Oh, my-
Yankovic.
No. I'll think
All
of it.
right,
Just
all
give
right.
me a
Next game. We're like 3 hours in already.
Dude, it's fine.
I'm just kidding. We're 1 hour.
So did you see the Oregon uniforms just real quick with the pink on them?
No. Here, let me look it up.
They had pink on them to support breast cancer, which obviously we love that. There was different reviews about them. I
that's
saw
cool.
pictures. I saw pictures of them, and then I saw them on the field, and I'm like, yeah,
What? No.
Lighting was a little bit different.
Oh,
I
okay.
still liked them, but
The
but they
helmets
weren't
were
as
pink,
cool
right?
as. No, the helmets weren't pink. They were black with a hint of
This
pink
is
on them.
fake then, bastards.
Yeah, I'll show.
Oh, I see it. Okay, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I liked it, but they weren't as cool. I
It says
wasn't. I thought I
"Stomp
was
out
gonna.
cancer."
Yeah, I was. I thought I was gonna love it. Like when I saw those pictures, I was like, "Oh yeah." Then once I actually saw it on the field, I'm like, "Okay, not as cool as I thought, but still doable." But a lot of people hated them. I
Yeah.
didn't know if you saw it, but you didn't. All right. So next game, we had Texas versus Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State won 41-34. Texas is a hard team. To see Oklahoma State win this, I was very surprised. I thought Texas has had a hard schedule this year, man.
Yeah,
I
and
feel like they've
Oklahoma
played so
State's
many
kind of
good
killing it.
teams.
Dude,
I just feel like Texas.
the people that live in Oklahoma, like they live and breathe college football. Like the fact that Oklahoma State is doing good, I'm happy for those people that live there and the people that follow that team.
Dude, so listen to this. Texas, they lost to Alabama by 1 point. Texas Tech, it's a rivalry game. Whatever. They lost by 3 points. Shit like that happens all the time. Oklahoma State ranked 11. They lose by a touchdown. Next week they have Kansas State, who's ranked 22. TCU, who is undefeated, number 7, and then they have Kansas and Baylor, who aren't horrible teams. Like they have a fucking hard schedule, man. And then you look at like these other teams, like Clemson and shit, and you're like, these like these two fucking schedules are just so crazy how different they are. But I took Texas on that. What was the spread, Scott?
Texas, we lost. It was Texas
You lost that?
-6.
Okay, well, yeah, dude. I feel like our NFL's no better this week.
We have 7 picks so far, right?
So I am. Yeah, I'm not doing good either, dude.
Yeah, I'm 1-6. I think we've done 7.
So I'm 2-5 then. Let me 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm 2-5 right now. So yeah, we're not doing any good. Hopefully we step this up. All right. So yeah, we lost that Texas pick. What's this next one? Next one is Green Wave. Oh, is that the Tulane?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to Green Wave. They win us this one.
Wait, who did I take?
We took the Green Wave, bro. Oh no, you took Memphis. I remember you taking Memphis, right?
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, the Green Wave. I did not watch this. They won by 10 points.
Are they making the playoffs?
They're 7-1. Who do they play next? Tulsa, UCF, SMU, and then Cincy. Oh no, they have.
Imagine Tulane in the fucking college football playoffs.
I wonder like if this is one of their best teams that they've had in like years and years. I have no idea, to be honest with you. Hey, in their conference, they're 4-0. Cincinnati is only 3-0. So if they play Cincinnati at the last of their last game of the season and they win, I don't know what the fuck happens with that, but I guess we're gonna find out. So yeah, I got the win on that. Next game, we only have a few left, so we're gonna fly through these because we got to get to the NFL. Mississippi State, number 24, versus Alabama, number 6. No surprise, Alabama won this. Scott, you got the spread in front of you?
Yeah, it's Alabama -21.
So we covered that. Perfect. That's a win. Not surprised. I honestly thought Alabama was going to win by more, but they didn't. Next week, Alabama has LSU, like you said. That should be a fucking good one. I'm actually going to watch that for sure. And then we have Minnesota versus Penn State. I took Minnesota, so that's a fat L. Penn State won 45-17. Scott, who did you take?
Wait, say that last one again.
Penn State versus Minnesota.
Your mic thing like cut out on my own. Penn State, Minnesota. I had Penn State -5.
Yep, you got that W.
Yeah, you
no
know
surprise.
Why? Because I don't fucking trust Minnesota anymore. They fucked me twice in a row, and this time I was like,
"Ooh, we got a good one this week. Penn State versus Ohio State."
Yeah, last
we're going to be
time
talking
Penn State
about
had a
that
good
coming
game
up
against Michigan. They lost, so.
All right, that's going to be a good one. We got some good games next week.
So yeah, I
Last
guess.
one.
Did you get that one wrong?
I took Minnesota.
Yes. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Last game that we have
This is
is
the last
um,
game, but I'm 3-7. How am I supposed to come back?
I didn't do good either. Last day is Kansas State versus TCU. TCU won by 10 points. I took
I took
TCU.
TC.
Scott
Yeah,
spread. What
me
was the
too.
spread?
-7.
Yep, we won that one. I'm really starting to like TCU. I said last week they might be my team. Um, I'm not declaring it yet. Give it one more fucking week, but they're still one of the undefeated teams. They probably moved up in the rankings. We'll get to that next. Now we're gonna make our predictions. Scott, let's just add this up. I am
I'm 22-22, baby. I'm even. I was fucking positive last time.
I was 5-6. So 5-6 is 24-20. Yeah, what is good, everyone? We are back. We just had to take a little break. We have been going for over an hour. We just got done with our picks from last week, and we tallied up what we're at. Right now, I am 24-20, and Scott is 22-22. So it's still neck and neck. Plenty of time left. Plenty of games to pick. It's actually funny. Scott has 22-22 tattooed on him, so that might be a bad sign for me. But let's just wait and see. So we're going to get into the next game. We've already been going, like I said, for over an hour. We still have the NFL to get to, so we're going to go through this fairly quickly. There's a couple games that we'll talk more in depth about, but for the most part, we're just going to fly right through. Scott, make sure you write this down. First game, Virginia Tech in 24th ranked NC State. NC State is favored by 13.5. I got NC State. Easy with this one. Easy pick.
Yeah, easy.
Actually, how do I tell?
The line is NC State 13.
No, I know. No, I know. But is it the bottom team is the bottom team is the home team?
You can tell by the stadium. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina. But
Okay.
I don't really know how to tell besides that. Yeah, maybe.
I'm
Yeah, I think you're right.
What it is.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
All right. Not much to say about that game. Virginia Tech's 2-5, so NC State I think wins that pretty easily.
Hopefully.
The spread's a little big, but I think they can cover it. Next game, Utah, number 14th ranked team in the nation, versus Washington State. This is in Washington. Utah is favored by 7. This is another gimme, I think.
Yeah, I'm taking Utah.
Yeah,
By
Utah
7.
all day. By 7, yeah, that's easy. They beat USC, the 7th ranked team, last week. Yes, it was by 1, but they still won. So yes, we're taking Utah by 7. Next game, this is one of the ones that's going to be a little interesting, is Ohio State, number 2, versus Penn State, number 13. This is in Pennsylvania. So I think that this could definitely be a game to talk about. I bet on Penn State versus, who was it, Michigan, I want to say? Yeah, it was Michigan. They lost pretty badly. So, I don't think I'm going to take them this week just for the fact that when I bet against them last time, or I bet for them last time, they screwed me with a high-ranked team. I think Ohio State's pretty good. Ohio State is getting 15.5 for this game. Yes, that seems like a lot. Actually, with that number, Scott,
Dude, neither
Penn
team has
State.
played really anybody except Penn State played Michigan. They got smoked. I'm taking
Yeah.
fucking.
Well, you got to remember too.
I'm
It's
taking.
at home for. You got to remember it's at home for Penn State.
Is this a whiteout game?
I don't know what I. Oh, there's only certain games for Penn State that are whiteout games, or is it every
Yeah.
home game? Oh, it's only certain games. Okay. Penn State is coming off a pretty big win against Minnesota, 45-17. This is pretty much their last big game of the year against a ranked team. Yep, their only ranked team that they played was Michigan, and they got smoked. I feel like Ohio State may be better than Michigan, but that spread's pretty big, the 15.5. Mind you, it could change by the end of the week, but we go off of the day of that we do the pod, and that's what it's at now.
Who are they playing?
Ohio State versus Penn State. Because that's more than 2 touchdowns that they win by. That seems like a lot. Right? Or is that just me? I mean, but Michigan beat them by more than that. Yeah, I'm going Ohio State. Because Michigan, I feel like Ohio State and Michigan would be a good game. And if Michigan beat them by that much, then I'm gonna go.
All right, so I just found out that this game is a whiteout game. I'm taking Penn State, baby. I'm taking Penn State, dude. There's gonna be nothing like watching that game. You remember when Michigan beat Ohio State in the snow?
I didn't know it was a whiteout game. I'm taking Penn State too, because they get hyped for those fucking games. Fuck it.
Penn State plus 15. I'll take it. All they have to do is not lose by 15.5.
Yeah, yeah. If it wasn't a whiteout game, I'm taking Ohio State. Okay, next game is TCU versus number 7th ranked team in the nation versus West Virginia. West Virginia's 3-4. TCU's only getting 7.5 points. I got TCU easy on that one.
Yeah, same. TCU.
If TCU comes out with a dominant performance against them, I think they might be my team for this year. Next game, ooh, this one looks cool. Notre Dame versus Syracuse. Notre Dame is 4-3, but they're Notre Dame. This isn't Syracuse. They're coming off that win against, that loss, but they almost won against Clemson, the number 5 team in the nation. Syracuse is only getting 2.5 points. Notre Dame is coming off of a win against UNLV.
This is an easy pick for me.
Who you got?
I got Syracuse. Notre Dame's a joke. That coach is a joke.
Yeah, they're gonna want to come. Syracuse is gonna want to make a statement after last week. So yeah, I got Syracuse as well.
I mean, I'm just riding them for the rest of the year. But this is a Syracuse podcast.
Yeah, we bleed orange. Next game, Florida versus Georgia. Georgia is getting 22.5. Florida just played LSU and lost. Their headspace is probably not in the best place. They might want to come back and play hard, but it is Georgia, the best team, the number 1 ranked team. 22.5 seems like it may be a little steep, but I think they can. I think they can do it. I got Georgia.
I got Georgia too.
Watch, it'll be game time and it'll be fucking minus 15. Next game, Oregon versus Cal. California is 3-4. Oregon coming off a big win against UCLA. They are now ranked number 8. They were ranked number 10 last week. Let's see. Cal is coming off.
There's a lot of games this week because all the unranked teams are playing. I mean, all the ranked teams are playing unranked teams.
Cal is on a 3-loss streak. They've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, I'm taking Oregon.
Oregon's getting 17.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take it. Yeah, Oregon's gonna want to keep making a statement for the.
It's just like it's like David and Goliath. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's like Conor McGregor versus.
You got to remember. Think about the list of teams that are gonna have 1 loss that could be in the conversation. You know what I mean? So for this rest of this season, these teams that have 1 loss, they're gonna want to finish out their fucking schedule with 1 loss, so they can at least be in the conversation. Okay. Next one is number 9 Oklahoma State versus number 22 Kansas State. Kansas State University is actually favored by 1.5. This game is in Kansas. I'm going to take Oklahoma State for this one, though.
Me too, baby. We're riding high on Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. Bang.
I'm telling you, dude. Those fans are probably having a time. I'm riding with them.
We have number 10 Wake Forest. Jesus, Wake Forest is number 10 now?
Moving up.
Okay. Who the hell have they beaten?
BC last
They
week.
beat Florida State, who was number 23 at the time.
All the fucking
They lost to Clemson. See, this is another thing. Clemson, they only lost to them by 6 points, but I still don't think they're all that. Wake Forest is getting, what did I say? Where is it?
4,
Oh, here we go. Yeah, they're getting 4.
which is
I
not
mean,
a
that's
lot.
a pretty random number. So I mean, I'm just gonna take Wake Forest for this one.
Yeah, I'm taking Wake Forest. That's real low. I like it.
Mm. This is weird. I'm like scrolling down. I feel like there's not that many good games this week.
Oh, yeah, there isn't, because that's why I said the more games there are, that means the ranked teams are playing the unranked teams. That's why you have more games. When it's less games, it's because the ranked teams are playing each other. Get what I'm saying? Because we only do the top
I get you.
25.
Yeah. Okay, so this week, or I'm sorry, our next game is number 17 Illinois versus Nebraska, 3-4. The line is 7.5 for Illinois, and it is actually in Nebraska. Let's get frisky. Let's get frisky. I'm taking Nebraska.
All right, someone's gonna do it this week because I'm not. These games are too much blowouts. Except it's crazy right now. We got 20 Cincinnati versus UCF, and the line's even.
The line is even. I
'em.
didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a pick. That means you get to pick whoever's going to win it outright.
Yeah.
I'm taking Cincy, obviously. Actually, wait.
Yeah,
UCF is 5-2. Who've they played?
I just looked. They didn't play anyone, and Cincinnati's coming off a loss.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're coming off a close win to SMU. That was the game we were talking about.
Also nobody. I don't know, man.
It's in Florida, though.
Yeah, exactly. Give me UCF.
Okay. So what we made one. I'm gonna go UCF 2. Let's hope for an upset. Let's make this weekend interesting. Next game is South Carolina, number 25. Oh, they snuck in there. That's new. Yeah. Versus Missouri. South Carolina is getting -4, and it's in South Carolina. I got them as well.
I got South Carolina because I almost moved there, and now I feel like I got ties to that.
My girlfriend's from South Carolina. I'm going to tell her after this that they're actually ranked.
Hell yeah.
Kentucky versus Tennessee. Kentucky is number 19. Tennessee is number 3. Tennessee is getting 12.5. I got Tennessee on that one.
Yeah, me too. The fucking
Tennessee is on a mission to get to the playoffs.
They're trying to win a title.
I think that Kentucky. Well, I think it's one thing at a time. I think their goal right now is to get to the playoffs, and then it's going to be let's win a title.
I don't even think it's get to the playoffs. I think it's we're playing Kentucky this week. Let's play Kentucky this week. Those kids. You got to keep those kids in check, dude. You start giving those kids like playoff like aspirations and shit, and they start thinking about that. They're like not focused because they're kids. They're just like us, dude.
But at the same time, with these like Tennessee teams, like we were talking about how it happens with Michigan every year. It's like, oh shit, Michigan's 8-0, and then they lose a stupid game. Yeah. Tennessee hasn't really been up in these ranks for a long time. So now that they are, hopefully they show us that they're that good and they blow Kentucky out, or at least win the game. Hopefully they don't lose a stupid one. Next game is number 10 USC versus Arizona. USC is getting 15.5, and this is actually in Arizona. Arizona's 3-4. They are coming off of 2 straight losses. They lost pretty bad to Oregon. I'm just taking
Arizona.
Yeah, I'm gonna take USC.
I'm biased.
Well,
I have friends that live in Arizona.
I'm gonna go USC. Fuck it. They're getting.
It's a little bit of a rivalry too, because you can drive to South.
Ooh, Scott, I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one. Michigan State versus number 4 Michigan.
This is a good one. This is a nice old rivalry. Ann Arbor meets the Big Green, dude. It's just classic. I think Michigan's.
Wait, they don't play in the same stadium, do they?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, and the one's in Ann Arbor and one's in Lansing. Let me see.
How many years ago was that when Michigan State pulled off that huge upset?
Yeah, it's in East Lansing, Michigan, Spartan Stadium.
What was that, like
Um,
4 years ago,
Say that
maybe?
again. Which one?
The Michigan State one when they won at the end with that crazy play. I forget
Oh,
exactly what happened.
it was a huge upset, but yeah, I don't
Oh
remember
no,
the
what
years ago.
it was like a field goal that didn't go all the way, and he caught it and ran the whole way, right?
I don't remember, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah, I'm
that they
pretty
beat
sure
them.
that's him.
My most recent like big memory of them is when they beat Ohio State. What was that last year? That was awesome. Michigan, the Wolverines.
You got Michigan for by 22.
Yes, I got them by like 35, but yeah.
All right, I'll take it. Next game is Ole Miss, who dropped from number 7 to number 15 with the loss last week. They're playing Texas A&M. They're only getting 2.5 points. They're in Texas.
Wait, can I just say real quick on the Michigan game? Watch when that game is at 7:30 p.m. on ABC. That place is gonna be rocking,
Oh yeah, it's gonna
rocking.
be fucking blackout drunk. Oh, Scott, that reminds me. I haven't told you this yet. We'll tell you live on the pod. Is that me, Jirel, um, Asia's dad, and Tyrell's dad, Uncle Anthony. I think you've met him before. We're planning on next year to go to the Penn State Michigan game because the Penn State University is only like 6 hours from where we live. So we're going to drive down there the night before and then go to the game, which will be a whiteout game the next day.
That's what's up. Sounds like
So I mean, so you're welcome to come.
hell yeah.
But we'll talk about that later. All right, so yeah, Ole Miss dropped eight spots just by that loss last week, which I think is well deserved. They're only getting 2.5 for this one, and it's in Texas. A little bit of a tough one, but I mean it's in Texas, so Texas A&M might come out firing, but I think Ole Miss they're gonna win by at least a field goal. So I got Ole Miss.
Yeah, I got Ole Miss.
Next game is Pittsburgh versus North Carolina, number 21. This is in North Carolina, and North Carolina is getting 3 points. Ooh, this could be an upset. This could be an upset here. Pitt's coming off a loss to Louisville. They only lost to Tennessee by only by 1 touchdown. So they can play with the good teams here.
I got North Carolina. That's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be a
go.
cool game to watch too. It's in North Carolina, 8
I'm
p.m.
gonna go Pitt. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's rock and roll here.
-3.
Last game, and then we'll move on to the NFL. Is Stanford against number 12 USC, or I'm sorry, UCLA. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking speak. This is in California. UCLA is getting 16.5, which seems pretty steady, but Stanford hasn't played well this year, so I got UCLA.
I got UCLA.
All right, so that wraps up our college football section. We're going to move on to our NFL section, what everyone really comes here for. Let's be real. No, I know we got college fans. I know we got other sports fans.
I think I'm not gonna lie. I think the college segment is my favorite. I think I like it more than the NFL.
Yeah, this is really.
That's why this podcast works though, is because everybody's got different opinions. The fans have different opinions. The people that listen to this have different opinions. It's like I like college football. I like I don't watch it very much, but I like the picks more because I like to see the schools and I like and you like the NFL.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. I've always watched college football, but not religiously. It was like, it's Saturday. I know football's on, so let's put it on. I love watching football. But this podcast has made me get a whole new love for it. Like I've literally been listening to college football podcasts. Like
yeah, you would
never in a
done
million
that
years. No, I never would have ever in a million years. But I have a new appreciation for it. I'm trying to find my team, and I will. But right now, I'm pretty teamless. Like I said, when I was younger, it was Auburn, but that was 15 years ago. So I need to find a new team. All right, so on to our NFL section. Scott, you got your picks ready?
I haven't made any picks. Did you make picks without me?
For last week.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my picks ready to go. Let's see
All
this.
right, let's do it. So as of right now,
This is
for
week
the NFL,
7, by the way,
yes,
for
this is
everyone listening.
week 7. Yes. As of right now, for the NFL, I am 13-12, and Scott is 12-13. So both with our college football picks and our NFL picks, we're neck and neck. So let me get my stuff ready. Let's see. Okay. First game I have on here is the Thursday night game. It was the Saints versus the Cardinals. This was a high scoring game. I don't know if anyone was really thinking that it was going to be. Scott, do you have the spreads in front of you? I didn't
Yep,
write them
yep.
down.
It was the Cardinals minus 1.5.
Okay, Cardinals minus 1.5. I took the Cardinals on this one. I thought the Saints were going to win this. Dalton had 4 touchdowns. He threw what? Oh no, he threw a couple stupid picks before half.
All I know is I not drafted. So I'm in a dynasty league, and so we do like the salary draft. We have to like bid on players, and DeAndre Hopkins came up, and everybody passed, and I put up a $500,000 bid, and I got him, and he was suspended for like 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's back, and he put up 16 points, and season's back on, baby. Like, thank you, DeAndre Hopkins. I'm telling you, dude, this is a
Love to see it.
sneaky good fantasy pick.
Oh yeah, you'd love to see it. We took Arizona for that one. Like I said, I did never in a million years would have expected it to be this high scoring. With Hopkins back, it seemed like him and Murray were trying to get on the same page. It seemed like it was happening. I hope that with some practice it gets better. Maybe that'll open up the other receivers. I think that something special can happen. Oh, I shouldn't say special. Something better can happen than what's been happening. But yeah, I picked the Cardinals, so we got that W. Scott, you picked the Cardinals as well.
Yep.
Next, we have the Falcons and the Bengals. Burrow was just fucking lights out. It looks like old school Burrow. Yeah, he started off the season a little slow. What do they call that? The Super Bowl hangovers, I think. Yeah, Super Bowl hangover. Burrow's hungover. He be partying.
45 points in fantasy this week. No,
yeah, 30. He fucking 34-42. That's fucking wild. What a game he had. Scott, what's his name? Jamar Chase.
Yep.
What a game he had. He showed that he's one of the best.
But it was really the Tyler Boyd show, to be honest. Tyler Boyd, 8 receptions, 155 yards and a touchdown. Fucking kid stunted.
Yeah, that's true.
Stunted.
That's true.
But that's because Jamar Chase draws all the attention.
Exactly. That's what I was just gonna say. Is that everyone's like, oh, yep, there he goes. But really, Boyd's just low key having a fucking 200-yard game.
Texted my uncle because I'm on that dynasty league now. It's gonna sound like I'm lying. I'm about to pull it up and show everybody. But I got Joe Burrow and I got Tyler Boyd. The first 2 minutes in the game, Joe Burrow to Tyler Boyd it was like 72 yards for a touchdown. I texted my uncle. I'm like, right off the rip, I told you. And dude, it's like Joe Burrow.
One reason I said that though, one reason I said that was because I'm just going off the ripper. I don't have any notes in front of me, but I remember when you and I were on the phone during that game, and you were like, "Oh, Jamar Chase," and I know he had a good game, but yeah, Tyler Boyd. Yeah, his name is Tyler Boyd, right? I feel like I'm saying that wrong.
Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, Jesus. No, yeah, I'm bugging myself out. But yeah, he had a fucking huge game.
It doesn't sound real anymore.
Yeah, god damn. Yeah, so I had Cincy. They definitely covered the spread on that. You had Cincy as well, Scott?
Nope. I went with the Falcons because they were 6-0 against the spread for the whole fucking season. They were trying to be the first team to go 7-0. So I rode the Falcons and they fucked me.
Bro, you can't expect. I mean, with the way Joe Burrow was playing, I mean, for him to have almost.
How did I know that he was going to be playing like that when I made the pick?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next game we have the Cowboys versus the Lions. This went pretty much how everyone expected it to go. So, I mean, let's talk about it, guys. Couple things here I want to touch on. Just
Dak's back.
Dak's back, but he didn't play that well. They kind of leaned on the defense a bit. I think he played good enough. You know, like he won.
The Lions, are they done? That's it.
Well, is Dan Campbell done?
I mean,
Their
if the
their head
Lions are
their head
done, Dan
coach.
Campbell's done.
I mean, everyone
Do they
got so
throw it
attached to
in?
him because they were on Hard Knocks, and like he's a
Yeah,
cool ass dude. Like he's a nice
he
dude. He
cries a
seems like he's
lot.
got the right mentality, but it's like
He
cool.
loves
Like
his team.
you're a cool dude. It seems like everyone rallies behind you, but you're not winning. You know what I mean?
They
And
have
golf,
six
and it's
points in the
weird
last two
too.
weeks.
It's weird too because golf
That's a
is like
stat that I
really
just
not.
came up with. Sorry.
No, you're good. Golf is not playing like that good. Or, I'm sorry, he is playing like that, like pretty decent. Yeah, he had 2 interceptions, but he missed 5 passes and had 2 interceptions. But I mean, overall, he's been playing pretty good. They were the number one highest scoring offense for a little bit there, but I don't know. I like Dan Campbell. I hope that if they don't have a good rest of the season, that he gets another chance for next season and then see where it goes. Um, but as far as Dak goes, I think that a lot of people went a little too hard on him. Obviously, he didn't play for a little bit. Let him get back into the swing of things. If he has 4 or 5 games in a row that suck, make the switch. Maybe go to Rush. Well, at least have a conversation about it. But you guys got to remember that the Cowboys paid a lot of money, very lot of money to Dak Prescott. So just to take him out when he, didn't necessarily lose the job, he was just on injury, um, is something that is probably out of the cards just for the fact that you're giving him millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. But no, I still believe in Dak. I think he can get. I think he can get on the right track. He didn't really play that bad. Everyone's making it seem like he played like shit, but for a return, I think it was fine. He won the game.
Could talk
You
about
had
another
Dallas.
player later that made his return this week that didn't do as good as Dak.
Yep, but Dak had the whole game. Well, no. I won't talk about that. Next,
All right, Mike, don't get fucking salty. It was just a comment, all right? Jesus.
next game. This is where it starts getting a little spicy here. Okay,
You know,
next
you know what
game
I was just
is
thinking in my head? I literally was like zoning out thinking about this. I'm going to start letting you pick your team first so you don't get to pick the
that's
favorites.
fine with me. That's fine with
Just
me.
for a
We'll
few
do it this
picks.
week. We'll do it this week.
I'm looking
No,
at it.
we'll
I'm
do it this week.
I'm pretty sure every time he picks, it's right after me.
Well, at the same time, bro, um,
I yell it out right
we,
away.
I remember us having a conversation last week, and we were like, these seem like pretty easy games.
Yeah.
And then now, like these beginning ones, it's like, oh my god, they're starting off 3-0, but then
I'm
it gets
2 and
to
1.
shit at the end.
Watch
Oh,
yourself.
okay. Well, it gets to shit at the end. It gets really bad. So this is the last one that's actually good.
Did I
So
pick against you at the end? Let's hope. Let's see. Let's go.
no,
Let's
no,
keep
it
going.
was just it was just upsets.
We'll see. We'll see. Let's go.
So next game, Tennessee versus the Colts. Tennessee wins it 19-10, become 4-2. Which holy shit!
I don't have much to
Tennessee's
say about
4-2.
this except next week, Sam Ellinger is playing and Matt Ryan is sitting.
Yes, and I read an article today, pretty reputable source, that Matt Ryan, due to contract issues and money, will not play again for the Colts because if he plays after injury or something like that,
He doesn't get a
then
bonus.
he gets more guaranteed money. I don't
Oh.
know the exact details on that. Just look up Matt Ryan contract with the Colts. I don't think Matt Ryan's going to play again. I think that they're going to probably trade him. But, I think Matt Ryan got the shit end of the stick. He was running for his life the whole fucking time. Everyone knows that. So
Just watch.
He's still rolling.
On the next part of my take, Billy's going to be like, I told you so. Because at the beginning of the season, he was like, Sam Ellinger will start for the Colts at some point. Sam Ellinger's a beast. So just be ready. And
Is he the Texas kid or is that Heineke?
Heineke went to... Wait.
One of those two are the
Sam
Texas kids. I
Ellinger.
forget which one it is.
Sam Ellinger is the Texas kid. That I know for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Texas. Born
So
in Austin, Texas, went to the University of Texas. Taylor Heineke, where did he go? Went to Old Dominion.
Oh, okay. We love a good story. We love a good
You
story.
know who else went to Old Dominion? Justin Verlander.
Love it. All right, so I took Tennessee on this one. I don't have much to say about it other than Matt Ryan. For him to go there, I mean, he went 33 and 44. I mean, that's pretty fucking good. No interceptions. He's been running for his life the whole time. But hopefully, this kid can come in and do something. But we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yep.
You took Tennessee as well.
I took Tennessee as well. Yep.
Okay. And what was the spread? We covered the
It
spread,
was
right?
-2.5. Yep.
All right. Next game: Packers and Commanders. Packers are in fucking shambles.
Who'd you pick?
Aaron Rodgers. I picked the Commanders.
All right. I thought I had that one.
Heineke coming out. He did pretty good, 20 for 33. That's not really anything to write home about. 201 yards. He did have 2 passing touchdowns, or 2 touchdowns. I'm not sure if he ran for one. I didn't watch the game. But, yeah, the Packers, I mean, 3-4. I don't know. Right now, they're not looking too fucking good. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, but he just doesn't have the weapons around him. I don't know if he's done after this season or what his plan is, but I think the Packers might want to think about trading him and maybe getting what they can for him while they can. If he wants to play a couple, 2 or 3 more seasons, I have no idea what his plan is. In my opinion, he's probably going to want to just retire after this season. But Aaron Rodgers is a winner, so he might not want to go out with a losing season. Who the fuck knows?
Is he a winner though?
Yeah, overall, yes. Maybe not a playoff Super Bowl
argument
winner.
for another time. All right, we got to keep going though because we're pushing it. What's
Okay.
Oh,
So Commanders-
this next one's a good one. Commanders.
Was
yeah.
Commanders? But hold on. One thing I wanted to say, Scott, is now we can talk about that on our next pick because I was just going to ask you, what do you think Heineke's going to do next week? But we can talk about that.
I think he's gonna stunt again.
Next one. Oh boy. Buccaneers versus Panthers. I'm pretty sure we both took the Bucks.
Tom Brady hasn't been a game under 500 in 2 decades.
Yeah. So that's pretty much as long as we've been alive. I mean, we're not 20. We're 28.
We're almost 30, Mark. Come on.
We're almost 30, but still, 8 years. Since we were 8 years
We're
old,
not that
he
young.
hasn't since we were 8 years old, he hasn't been under 500. That's saying something. You know what I mean? Mike Evans dropping that pass off the rip. I feel like that kind of set the tone for the whole game. Oh my! I don't even have a stat in front of me for who the fuck the Panthers quarterback was.
Sorry, let me rephrase that comment so the YouTubers don't get after me. But it's this far into the season, Tom Brady hasn't been a game under 500. So after week 7.
Okay, I see.
Continue.
I think the Bucks are in a little like fucked up place right now. I don't really know who's to blame. Yeah, I mean, you guys can say all day that Brady is missing one practice and and maybe people are looking down on him for that, and he's not setting the tone for the locker room. But at the end of the day, he's Tom fucking Brady. He's won the most Super Bowls for any quarterback. He doesn't. I mean, it sucks, but I think that they all respect him. Maybe some of them are being snippy, but that's not their issue. Brady didn't play the best. But they still should have won this. I think that next week, I'm not sure who they're playing. So
they fucking fired their head coach. They traded Christian McCaffrey. They're literally a skeleton of a team, and then they come in and fucking dominate Tom Brady. Do you think they should have won that game?
Yeah, they have a third of a third.
Do you think they should have at least scored more than 3 points? Maybe a touchdown?
A third of a third. And it's weird too because Evans had 96 yards and they only have and Brady had 290, but they still only have fucking 3 points. I don't know what's up with that.
I don't know, but just so you know, I know I've said it for the last 3 weeks, but the fact that we're all sitting here saying this about Tom Brady, next week, 450 yards, 4 touchdowns, dick in your mouth. Tom Brady's back. Bucks are back. We'll see you next week.
His family's still gone. Anyways, moving on. Matt Ryan to the Panthers. Moving on. Next game is Giants and Jaguars. Giants win this 23-17 to go 6-1. I didn't know this because I didn't watch the game, but the Giants stop the Jaguars at the 1 yard line to win the game. That's fucking gangsta. Love that. Trevor Lawrence didn't play too hot. He went 22 for 43. That's not a very good look. 43 attempts with only 300 yards is Jaguars, it always seems like they're in it, but they're never doing enough. The Giants, it always seems like they're in it, but they're doing just enough. Um, Giants seem to be the real fucking deal. Daniel Jones may get a big fucking contract if he fucking keeps it up. A lot of people have been asking if Daniel Jones is the guy. I think he might be showing that he might be that guy. No, he's not going to blow anyone away because he's not Mahomes or Allen. He might not have that type of talent, but the team believes in him and he's winning. And that's all you need in this league.
Yep. Who'd you take? What are you?
Giants.
Are you 5-6-1?
I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6-1. But my after this, my shit it goes to shit.
All right, let's go.
I think.
Ravens.
What? So you're paying attention to the spreads, right?
Yep. Ravens minus 6.5. Are you? You don't have the spreads, and you're writing down wins and losses.
No, because I've been asking you as we went.
Oh. So
yeah. So what was the Giants? What was the Giants?
Giants +3.
Yeah, I got it. All right. So next, we have the Browns versus the Ravens. Ravens squeaked this one out, 23-0.
Ravens, so they did not cover.
They didn't cover. Okay, so I lost that one because I took Baltimore. Not much to say about this game. Brissett was 22 for 27. I'm ready for Deshaun to come. Well, let's not get too controversial here. Deshaun will come back eventually. Let's see how he plays. Brissett is doing the best he can. Browns are 2-5. Ravens, they're in the playoff picture. I think they're better than what they've been showing. Rather, if they clean some stuff up, then I think they could be contenders for sure. Squeak a couple out in the playoffs. I don't see why that can't happen. Depending on who they play. Jets versus Broncos. What a fucking shit show you would think this would be, but
I'm interested.
I had the Jets.
God damn it. I just can't. It's like everyone I win, you also have.
Yeah, I had the Jets 16-9. Brees Hall.
Yeah.
I always want to say Bryce, but yeah, I believe he hurt himself and he's out for the season, which is pretty sad. Yeah, he tore his ACL. He was a rookie.
Yeah, but then the Jets go and get James Robinson, so the Jets are set.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I'm not saying he's Brees Hall, but I'm saying he's fucking pretty damn close. So.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I was trying to say is that he's a rookie, right, Hall?
Yeah.
Well, for him to have that type of season and then go down like that, it sucks.
Very much so.
But hopefully he comes back with a speedy recovery. This one, there's not too much to say. A lot of people are in on the Jets, but for them to only win 16-9 against the Broncos, I'm not that impressed. Yes.
Russell Wilson doesn't play in this one. They're really.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, their quarterback
apparently knows how to run Russell Wilson's offense, though. 24 for 46, 225, and a touch. Oh,
that's not that good, though. That's not that good. But
for someone that's a backup.
Yeah.
225.
I mean, the fact that they had enough confidence for him to throw 46 times is a little fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Sorry, guys. I mean, normally him and I do. We don't normally speed through like this, but
I'm sure if they've listened for this far, they're probably appreciating us speeding through a little bit.
Yeah. Next game, Texans versus Raiders. This was my game of the fucking week because I thought it was going to be a barn burner. I picked the Raiders. That was an easy win. Josh Jacobs gets 3 fucking touchdowns. Let's go, Raiders.
Yep.
I think if I had to say if someone asked me what team has the worst record but is the best team, Raiders. Okay, next game, Seahawks versus Chargers. Seahawks win this one 37-23. Good win.
Who'd you have?
Them. I took the Chargers. Sorry.
Woo!
I lost that one. Herbert, no picks, but 33 for 51, not the best. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say. Maybe the Seahawks are the real deal.
The first place Seahawks.
Okay, moving on. I don't like to hear that. I'm a Patriots fan. I don't like that. Next game. Let's see. Where am I? Chiefs versus 49ers.
Apparently,
Hey,
Christian McCaffrey, he's like, "Yo, give me one day to learn the playbook, and I'll be good to go."
bro, did we not pick the Chiefs versus the 49ers? I don't have that one written down. We must have skipped that one by accident.
Yeah, no, I don't think there was a line out for that one yet. That was like the
Huh.
Tennessee game last week. Sometimes they're not out.
Oh, yeah. So we skipped that one altogether because it went straight to the Dolphins on my notes.
Yeah, same. We did it
So
on
we did.
purpose, obviously.
Dolphins. We did in parentheses Tua. Tua played. We picked the Dolphins. So did they cover the spread?
It was -7, so no.
Damn it, Tua. Damn it. We picked the Pats. Not much to say other than we have a quarterback controversy in Boston. I wish we kind of did this first because I wanted to get into it more. But we'll get into it more next week, I guess, when we see who starts or if both of them fucking start. Who the fuck knows? Scott, we don't have to rush too much. We can take 10 minutes on this or however long. So
Wait. When you All right, continue. Because I found my actual stats from last week. I was 8-5 last week, not whatever the fuck I said I was. So 5-8 plus 8-5.
okay, we'll figure that out after. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, we'll figure that out after.
I'm doing it
So
in my head while you talk.
okay, so as you guys know, Mac Jones got hurt. Zappy came in. He started two and then ended. So he started two games, right, and then ended one. And in the game last night, Mac Jones started, and he was taken out after an interception, which is this is why there's like so many weird fucking things in this. So many. You talk about the teammates saying they had no idea that both of them were going to play. You talk to Aikman, who's on the fucking broadcast. He's like, yeah, he's like, you guys didn't know, and it's like, no, we don't. None of us know, because the coaches don't tell us anything. No one tells us anything. The fucking players in the locker room after the game were like, yeah, we didn't really know what was going on. Seemed like Zappy had no idea. It seemed like Mac knew and Bill knew. It seemed like they didn't even tell Zappy. There's just like, dude, I've been listening to so much shit about this all fucking day, Scott. Rather it's 98.5, it's Patriots podcast, it's just football fucking podcast in general. Everyone's fucking talking about it, and I've had shit thrown in my face all day about this, and it's deserved. Like, this is a big fucking deal. I think that Bill made this an absolute fucking dumpster fire. It was already a controversy. The fans were already fucking fired up about it. And then Mac Jones comes in. He plays 3 fucking drives. Yes, they weren't the best drives, but guys, you got to remember, he was hurt. So just like Dak Prescott, when they were down and he wasn't doing well, they didn't bring Rush in, did they?
No, and
No,
it's not
they
like
didn't.
Bill to be like, oh, the crowd's booing. I better make a decision. It's like Bill was always the type to be like, I don't care if the crowd's booing. I don't care what they say. Ask me questions. I won't answer them.
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard his press conferences, but like, he sounds like, I've always loved his press conferences. I think that they're so. Well, I used to think that they were so good. I'm like, he doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? But when like things like this are going on, it's like, okay, Bill. Now you're just coming off as, like indecisive, like you don't have a definite plan of what you want to do, or you don't want to admit that Mac may not be the best and may not be the leader of this team. You don't want to come out and say it. You know what I mean? And it's just getting annoying now when you ask, and it just seems like everything that he's saying and the way he's answering these questions, like for example, like when they're like, oh, Max starting the game, like did medical reasons play into him leaving or him being limited rather? And he's like, yeah, of course.
It
And
played a
then
role.
And then they asked him, and they were like, "Oh, when you took him out, did that have anything to do with medical reasons?" He was like, "No." It's like, okay, dude. Well, you're being like, now you're going against what you said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, completely. And they were like asking Mac too. They go, Mac, like, do you feel like we understand that you were trying to get the rust off and stuff? Do you feel like you had enough time to get the rust off? He played 3 possessions, didn't even march on the field that much, and he was like, yeah, I know, I'm just gonna get ready for like next week. Like, he was like, basically like, no. And Zappy, like I said, I know the fans are excited about him, but the fans were half the problem of this game. Bill was going to do what Bill wanted to do.
They pressured him into it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that might be it, but
that's
I feel
bad.
like
If a coach is pressured it by the fans, that's not good.
But it's not pressured. The way I say pressured is it's not pressured like he's like, oh fuck, I want to do what the fans want. The way that I think that Bill thinks, and I'm not saying this is exactly what happened, but I think that this could definitely be a possibility, is that he knew that once he started, he's like, we're in fucking Gillette, it's Monday night, people are fucking fired up, you know what I mean? So they start booing Mac. I mean, I guess you could say Mac, but the team in general wasn't doing good. I mean, but Mac's probably looking at him like, oh my god, they're fucking booing me. And then that's one thing. But then once they start the fucking Zappy chants, that's when it's like, okay. It's like, you Mac's hearing this.
Yeah,
and
but
it could go one.
Mac was sitting on the bench, and when the next drive started, he looked at the coach. He's like, "So I'm out." I watched his lips say that. He's like, "I'm out," and then just sat there. And when Zappy went out, the place erupted. Imagine how that feels.
No, but just listen for a second. So back to like what I was saying about Bill is I don't think he was influenced by the crowd for this reason, saying, "Oh, well, I got to put Zappy in because that's what everyone wants." I think that instead of having Mac out there getting booed like crazy, who knows what it would have gotten to after if it got worse, like people yelling at him and then fucking, Zappy chants and Mac's mental just going down the drain. Maybe Bill in his head was like, okay, either I do this now or let Mac get fucking slaughtered by the fans if he doesn't do well. Let's put Zappy in now. Let's see if he fucking goes off, wins us the game. Or let's see if he doesn't do that well. So next time this goes down, if I put Mac in, people aren't going to be chanting Zappy because Zappy fucking lost us the game. Second half didn't do well. Let's nip this in the bud. Sorry, excuse me. Instead of having everyone boo Mac at home until Zappy comes in and proves whether or not he can play. And I'm not saying that yesterday he proved if he could or not. I'm just saying now the fans might not be as obligated to be like, Zappy. Because after he came in last week, he didn't do that well. He didn't win us the game. So if Mac's starting, maybe people will be less inclined to do that. But who knows with fucking Patriots fans. I'm tired of Bill doing this runaround with this shit. All of the fans, like Jacoby Myers said that he thought that the way that Mac Jones was handled and the way he was treated tonight for such a hardworking guy, he didn't think it was right. Yeah, so it's like clearly he's not the only one that is thinking that way. And clearly he thinks that Mac maybe should have had a little bit more of a chance. You don't want a divided locker room. You want people to fucking rally around the same person. So in my opinion, and like I said, I listen to this shit all day. I'm a huge Patriots fan. Bill needs to cut the bullshit. He needs to pick one of the other. Now, I'm not 100% on who I want right now. I'm not going to go ahead and say that. Maybe leaning a little tiny bit towards Mac. But for sure right now they're basically 50-50. At this point, I don't care who they start. I think that they should pick one or the other, tell the team, tell the media, this is going to be our starter going forward. And then in 4 or 5 games, say that person that they pick, Zappy or Jones, isn't doing well. It's a fucking dumpster fire. They're fucking 0-4. They're playing like shit. Then make the switch and have that person finish out the season. But as of right now, I think the locker room's starting to be divided. This whole thing, like, it seems like Zappy had no.
I think
Zappy
you
never
just go
said out
back
of
to
it.
Mac, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Mac, but I don't really know. I just think that this is just making what Bill did is probably the worst. Well, I'm not going to think too far back, but it's probably one of the worst decisions I've seen him make in a while. And like I said, we're not thinking too deep into this, but that made the controversy even worse. Now the whole fucking fan base is divided on who they fucking want and what they should do. And it'd be a lot better if we had a fucking offensive coordinator that knew what the hell they were doing, but they don't. So yeah, it's just a fucking shit show all fucking
It's a
together.
shit storm in New England, if you will.
Yeah. What do you think, Scott? Who do you think should start, and what do you think should happen?
I think Mac Jones should start. I think it just you don't want, even if Bailey Zappi's the guy, it doesn't benefit him to be the guy and have the whole locker room hate him.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't benefit him at all. Let him earn it. If you really think he's the guy, let him earn it. Let the two duke it out. Let the rest of you're not winning the division. You already know that. And after last night, you might not even make the playoffs. So it's like, let the rest of the season be you versus you. Whoever wants the position can fight for it and win it, and whoever doesn't rides the bench.
Yeah. See,
Except the only stipulation is if Mac Jones loses, then you trade him. And if Bailey Zappi loses, then you just bench him.
One thing I do want to say is, like, I saw I forget if it was a tweet or if it was a take that I heard, but I saw that someone was like, "You guys the Patriots fan realize that they ruined both of their quarterbacks last night because one, Mac Jones now thinks that the entire fucking Patriots fan base is against him, and that the coaching staff. I mean, mind you, maybe Bill had a conversation with him before. I'm sure he did and told him that he wasn't going to play, or he wasn't going to play the whole time. But what did Bill say to him? You never know. Matt could have walked away being like, okay, this fucking dude thinks Zappy's better than me. You know what I mean? And not to mention the Zappy chants and all the boos. Mac thinks this whole fucking team is against him right now. Or I'm sorry, the fan base. And then Zappy goes out there, fucking chip on his shoulder, plays like shit, and you know damn well he's probably listening to what everyone's saying about him. And he's brand new. He's a fucking rookie. So, you know, to throw him into the fire, per se. It's like, yeah, maybe we did fuck them both up, or maybe we did put a fire under both of their asses. So it's just hard to say right now.
We'll see.
It's hard to say.
Big game next week.
Yeah, safe to say. Safe to say, Patriots Nation doesn't know what the fuck's going on for the most part.
Let's make some picks.
Yeah. So Thursday night. Right now it is Tuesday, so that's just in 2 days. We are going to do the Ravens versus the Bucks. The Bucks are at home. Baltimore is getting minus 1.5. I guess I'm picking first because Scott thinks I'm stealing his picks.
Who said that? Someone said that. What was it?
I don't know.
Comments?
I don't know, mullet. This is in Florida.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, dude. I'm Joe, Scott's cousin. I'm filling in for him this week. He's getting ready for the wedding and shit. He's got a lot going on. Very chaotic week.
Joey fucking parlays.
We have a different last name. I'm Dirt. He's Phelan. So,
Joey
all right, go ahead. I just want to catch them all up.
Yeah, that's all good. So Ravens versus Bucks. Baltimore's getting 1.5. This is in Florida. The Bucks, they got smoked by the Panthers last week. So I'm gonna take the Bucks at home. I think Brady comes out and makes a statement. I wouldn't say a statement, but at least gets a win.
All right, I'm taking the Ravens minus 1.5 in Tampa. I think Tom Brady's done.
All right. That's a bold statement, but we've been going for a while.
Hey,
next game.
At some point, he's going to be done, and I want to be the smartest dude ever. So, listen. Tom Brady is fucking washed up, all right? You heard it here first on Wet Whistles.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You're Joey. You're not Scott. I'll just play. All right, Broncos versus Jags. Jags are getting 2.5. This is in London. This is an early game. This is 9:30. Maybe some jet lag for them. I'm gonna go Jags.
I'm going to go Jags, too. The Jags are eventually going to be the team that moves to Europe. Mark my words, you heard it here first. And
So?
they're going to play at home this week. So I'm taking the Jags.
I think it's gonna be the Commanders.
Really?
If he does sell the team.
They're going to move the team out of the capital city?
The Commanders?
Yeah, the Washington Commanders. That's where literally the White House is.
Yes. I'm such an idiot. I know. I knew that too. Can you tell we've been podcasting for 4 hours?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say. But no, for real, the Jags are going to Europe. And
the main reason I was saying that is because of all the selling fucking shit going on with Washington right now and their owner.
Oh, yeah, no.
But
Jaguars minus 2.5. I'll take it. I can't believe they're getting a home game again this year. It's crazy.
For real. Panthers coming off a fucking diesel win versus the Falcons minus 4.5. Falcons.
Give me the Falcons. Last week was a fluke. Oh,
Let's
fuck.
make it
I mean, who you picking?
No, you said Falcons. You can't go back. You can't go back.
Right,
I'm gonna take.
I'm not talking until you make picks. I gotta stop picking first.
No, you picked the Falcons on that one.
I know, but I gotta stop picking first. I gotta let you pick first.
I'm taking the Panthers.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Wait, Scott, hold on. You're lagging.
You were too.
Good.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm taking Panthers. Yeah, are you taking Falcons?
I guess.
Yeah, you picked it. Sorry. Next game. Not much to say about that other than the Panthers are coming off the win against the Bucks. Maybe they get some rolling with their fucking fifth-string QB. Bears versus Cowboys. Ooh, this is going to be a barn burner. Dallas getting 10. They're at home. Oof. Dak might want to come out and shut the haters up, but the Bears are also on a roll from beating New England. 10 seems like pretty steep. I'm going to get ballsy and go with the Bears.
All right. Well, I'm going to make my pick, and then I'm going to talk about the next game real quick. Can you tally up your scores from last week? Because we didn't tell everyone our scores. I feel like that's kind of half the point of them sitting here listening to the picks is the scores. I'm going to take the Cowboys, obviously. I mean, gotta take Cowboys minus 10. I just think the Bears just beat the Pats. That was like huge for them. Oop, I smashed my mic. Bears beat the Pats. That's big for them. I just going home against Dak Prescott. Finally, he's at home. Wait, was he at home? I don't know.
Sorry to cut you off. I was 8-5.
8-5. I was also 8-5. I think. So add that to your totals, and we'll give our totals after this pick.
Okay.
So next game we got the Lions and the Dolphins. This game is in Detroit. Dolphins are favored minus 3.5. If you truly think the Lions are done, then it's a no-brainer. Dolphins minus 3.5. If you think the Lions are going to come home and try and just like put one on for the home field, put one on for the fans.
That's a good point. That is a very good point. But at the same time, I think Tua wants a more dominant win than he got last week. So I'm taking Dolphins.
I'm taking the Dolphins too here. So what's your record? Let's do records.
30. So for this new updated one that over the picks we just went over, I'm 32-25.
There's no. That's a lot of picks.
Oh wait. Nope. I added that to the wrong thing. I'm 21-17.
I am 20-18.
Dude, this is neck and neck. You love it. Let's go.
20 and 18.
That's what I do. What I like. that's why I do what I do. Is because like when I think there's one that's close and you pick one, I'm like, I'll go the other way. Let's make it a little interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You want to keep going?
All right. So, continuing at 1 o'clock again in Minnesota, we get the Vikings and the Cardinals. Vikings are favored -3.5. That's a good game right there. Don't forget, Call of Duty comes out Friday. Kyler Murray is the Call of Duty quarterback, which means he's probably going to be grinding Call of Duty Friday and Saturday. I think he's going to play like shit because of that. I don't know who I'm going to pick, to be honest, because
I got the Vikings at home, easy.
yeah, I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is going to be really good. I think Kyler Murray is going to be really bad.
I mean, I think it could be within a touchdown, but I think they're definitely going to win by more than 3.5. Even if it's 6 points.
Yeah. Mark
I don't know though. Cardinals had a pretty good game last week, but we picked it. Let's move forward.
All right, this is the battle of the undesirables.
Let's go. My favorite games.
The Raiders and the Saints combined 4-9. This one's in New Orleans. Vegas favored by -2.5. As Mark said, they're the best of the worst teams.
I'm taking the Raiders.
Take the Saints.
I really think they're better than what their record says.
Take the Saints +2.
Perfect. Let's make this spicy.
All right. Next game. For all you Philly fans out there, we got the Eagles and the
You
Steelers.
skipped the Patriots and Jets.
That's not showing up here on mine because mine's at the top. All right, we'll do the Patriots and Jets.
Oh, I can do it. It's right in front of me. If you got the Steelers and Eagles afterwards.
No, I just scrolled up.
Okay, good.
It's 2022, bro. Patriots, Jets. This one's in New Jersey. I have no idea how this makes sense. Probably because Bill. Patriots are favored -1.5.
How were they favored?
That's what I'm saying. It's because of Bill, dude. The back-to-back losses thing.
How are they favored?
It's because of Bill.
That's crazy.
I'm
I'm
taking the Pats.
I'm taking the Pats too. I would have taken them if they were fucking +10, but I never in a million years would have thought that ever. Yeah, I'm taking the Pats. One thing I will say is that if two quarterbacks play in this game, we will lose. If one plays the whole time, we'll win.
Yeah. As for most teams. All right, as I said, this is
I don't know. You know what I meant. Like, they're both fucking healthy and can play, but you put two in rather than one getting hurt and another one coming in.
All right. Battle of Pennsylvania. We got the Steelers and the Eagles. This is for all you Philly fans out there. Who you got, dude? This is a cool game. I always like when the Steelers play the Eagles because it's like Battle of Philadelphia, like Pittsburgh, and I just said the wrong thing. Battle of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. It's always a good game. I mean, it's a no-brainer this year, but I think it's going to be
the Steelers beat the Bucks. They barely lost to the Dolphins. The Eagles are getting a huge fucking spread here at 11. I'm taking the Steelers.
And they just had a bye. Probably cooled off a little bit.
Steelers, mostly for the spread. I think the Eagles will probably win, but for the spread, I'm taking the Steelers.
This one's tough for me. Yo, call me Philadelphia Phelan, bro. I'm taking the Eagles -11.
Let's go.
This is a week where my fiance is becoming a Phelan. I'm a Phelan. We're all P's here. Philadelphia
Can
Pete.
I be a Phelan?
Philadelphia Pete. Ride or die, baby. EAGLES. Eagles! Let's go, baby. Ride or die.
Go Steelers. Scott looked at the camera. A lot of the audio listeners are probably like, what was that awkward silence? Because he just looked at the camera like, really, bro? You ruined my minute. Oh, shit, bro. Look at how... So, Scott and I, we use an app while we do this podcast, and I've been looking at the tickets. Look at the lowest one for the Steelers and Eagles. You see that?
Yeah, 22. Oh, 283.
$283.
Yeah, because they're in Philly. It's
I know,
it's
that's
like a
what I'm
Boston
saying. That's
ticket.
fucking wild, bro. The next one, the Titans and the Texans, $22. You can go to the game.
Bro, when your teams are winning, tickets are like the Eagles are winning,
That's
the Phillies
wild.
are winning, so all the tickets are expensive.
That's crazy, bro.
Remember when the Bruins were winning and the Pats were winning and the Red Sox were winning? You know how hard it was to get into a game? It was like $90 for fucking nosebleeds.
I got you, bro. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's finish this shit up. We don't want it
Yeah.
to go like too long.
Yeah, we only got 5 games left. Titans, Texans, Tennessee -2. This game's in Texas. Give me
-2.
Yeah, give me the Titans -2.
I feel like these spreads like seem fucked up sometimes.
So I feel like you think that, but I feel like Vegas knows something that we don't.
Well, I mean, mind you, I'm just getting into gambling, but it just seems like the 1-4 Texans versus the people that would be in the playoffs right now, 4-2, should be favored a little bit more. I'm not saying much more, but maybe 4.5,
Let's go,
something
Mark. Come
stupid
on.
like that. Next game?
Yeah, wait, did you make it?
I taken the Titans.
All right, Commanders, Colts, Indy favored by -3. You're gonna get the
The new guy coming
Yeah,
up.
what's his name? Sam
I'm
Ellinger.
like, yes, Jesus, I couldn't think of that. Well, I keep getting him and Heineke mixed up.
Versus Taylor Heineke, Indy -3. Give me. I'm not gonna say.
Wait, so this is the battle of the fucking bench quarterbacks coming off the rip. Fucking what's up? We're gonna play a game, dude. This is gonna be interesting. Wow.
Battle of the bench.
Battle of the old benchies, bro. Okay.
Battle at the bench. Be there or be square.
Yeah, if either one of these guys wants to get off the bench, they're gonna have to win this game.
We should hit up that kid that made our logo and have him make a quick special logo for the Battle of the Bench.
Dude, that would be legendary. This is a tough one, man. This is probably one of the hardest ones of the week. I haven't seen this other kid play. I'm going Heineke just for that simple fact. Commanders.
That's who I was gonna go to.
If I had seen the other kid play, it might be different, but I just haven't. So I mean, I don't know.
All right, Rams, 49ers. Rams are coming off their bye. This game is in Inglewood. Last time I said that, Mark didn't know what that meant. That's the Rams stadium.
Yeah, I was literally just about to ask you again. Did you hear me? I'm like, Inglewood?
The 49ers are favored by -1.5 as the away team. The Rams just came off a bye. I think the 49ers got Christian McCaffrey. I think it's nothing but bad news, dude. I don't know. What do you got? Who do you got?
Rams.
I got the Rams, dude. Rams.
Oh, you tried to get me off that one.
I know.
See, I'm smarter than
Wait,
that.
no, I said the 49ers are donezo. They shouldn't have got Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, they were saying they got him. Like they're gonna win.
No, I was saying like it's just a bad move. I don't think it's a good move.
I think it's a good move.
Giants, Seahawks.
You don't think the 49ers getting McCaffrey?
No, I think it's a good move.
Picks.
I think it's a good move. I think people have the wrong idea. I think people are instantly they're like Super Bowl team. I think no.
Oh no. I just meant in general. That was I mean, he's
it's
when he's healthy,
you just got the
he's
best
one of
running
best,
back in the league when he's healthy. Yeah,
it is.
But at the same time, it's like now your team.
Did you see the video I sent you? It was I think it was the defensive lineman or one of the guys on the defense, and his girlfriend called him in, and he hey, guess who's your teammate now? And he's like, what? Who? He had his gaming headset on and his controller in his hand, he must have been playing Call of Duty or something. And they go, he goes, Christian McCaffrey, and he goes, oh, we got a white boy. He was like, ooh, that's the real sunshine from fucking Remember the Titans. I gotta show you that. It's so fucking funny, bro. Oh my god. But no, I think that was a great move by the 49ers. Do I think it makes them a Super Bowl team? No. And also the fact that McCaffrey had no idea what the fucking playbook was, but still played as well as he did. That was impressive.
All right. I'm going to say as little as possible. I'm going to put my poker face on here. Seahawks, Giants, Seattle, favored -3. This game's in Seattle.
This is a tough one as
Who
well.
you got, Mark? Poker
This
face for me.
one may be a little bit tougher than the Commanders and Colts, just for the fact that this is at home in Washington. Ooh, this is a tough one. I feel like I've been going the first half of the season. I was going against the Giants and they were winning, and then I started taking them. They're still winning. I'm going. I gotta go Giants just for the fact that I just gotta go Giants. I have to. They fucked me over in the beginning of the season. Ever since I haven't been taking them, they when I wasn't taking them, they were they were winning, and vice versa. So I'm gonna take them this week. If they fuck me over, I'll reevaluate next.
Yeah, I'm taking the Giants too.
I was gonna pick the Seahawks. I was real close, just because it's at home.
2 games left. I think this game's a must-win for Aaron Rodgers. It's Green Bay and the Bills. Game's in Orchard Park. Bills favored -11.5.
Oh yeah, I actually I didn't know this, but to have it actually in front of you, it's like the Bills are the only people that actually are the only team that plays in New York, and then the other two play in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's actually weird to think about. Like the Bills stadium's in New York, and then the two New York Jets, the New York Giants, their stadium is in New Jersey. That's just fucking weird. I mean, and most people know that if you're a good NFL fan, but if you're casual, you're not gonna know that.
When I went to school for Lexus, the school is right next to the stadium. The not the Buffalo one, the other one, the Giants and the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 20 minutes from it. Yeah, Buffalo, Packers, -11.5 in New York. Who you got?
I'm gonna go the Packers just to fucking spice it up a little bit. No, I don't think they're gonna win, but can they get within 11.5? I think so. If Rodgers wants to make it happen, so I'm gonna take the Packers.
Yeah, I'm going Bills. That's a good Sunday night spice up from me and Mark.
Oh yeah, when is it?
Sunday night. All right, so this one is the Halloween spooky game.
I'll be able to watch that. No, you know what, Scott? We might want to instead of Sunday night when Asia's dad's here, maybe we can do this with Ben instead.
What are you talking about?
The watch party.
The watch party wasn't for this game, was it?
No, you were saying the Sunday.
The UFC fights.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about this after. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even brought it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Halloween, the NFL gave us orange for Halloween, so that's cool. Bengals, Browns. This game is in Cleveland, Ohio. Cincy, -3.5. It's a pretty good line. It's not a lot of points, though.
Cincy.
I think they're going to win by like 50, dude.
Yeah. That's all she wrote, baby girl. We did it.
Yes.
You want to do the outro?
Wait, I'm just going to say one thing real quick because I really still like the app and I want to be able to shout them out and just let people know that I've been using it still. I played Underdog the other night. I did a $15 with the insurance on to win $150. And dude, I was riding high all fucking night. I thought I was gonna win.
Can you tell everyone what the insurance is?
Oh, so the insurance is like if you don't have the insurance on and you make 5 picks, if you get all 5 right, you get 20 times the amount that you put in. So with the insurance on, you only have to get 4 right, but you don't win 20 times. I forget. It's not as much. I don't know exactly.
Oh, you should have told me that. I would have won like 3 times already.
Yeah, so you only have to get 4 right. And so my picks, right? So It was Sunday. I had Justin Herbert getting more completions than Geno Smith. Easy. He beat him by like 13. And then I had Jalen Waddle. So I had all the Dolphins stuff. I had Jalen Waddle more receiving yards than Chase Claypool. Easy. Here's where I fucked up. I had Tyreek Hill more rushing and receiving yards than Najee Harris. Najee Harris apparently decided to play well. Okay, fucked me. Mike Gesicki more receiving yards than Pat Frymuth, but Mike Gesicki had a plus 15 buffer because he's the underdog. And he was winning the whole fucking time, and then Freer Muth or whatever caught like 2 bombs. Fucked me. And then Tua, more completions than Kenny Pickett. We all know how that went. Yeah. So I didn't have a great week this week in underdog, but I'm looking to bounce back next week.
Yeah, no, I did mine as well. I'm not gonna get too far into it. Basically, I was 2 off. I needed McCaffrey to get 3 more yards, and I needed Deebo Samuel to get 15 more yards. And I would have won $100 for betting 5, which is fucking amazing. The only reason that I didn't get it was because they took the fucking starters out of the game for, I'm not really quite sure why.
And it's like, hey, you got to play and you lost $5. It's $5.
Yeah, you're down in a game, but we're gonna take you guys out as if you're winning by whatever. We'll talk about that later. But if they kept the starters in, I would have cashed that easy. But yeah, that's fucking annoying. I hate looking at those that I lose by 2.
All right. Well,
but
anything else?
Scott, you want me to do the outro? Or you want to get it or what?
I'll roll it real quick. Let's not break tradition. There is one thing I want to say. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for
as
hanging
always.
out. Thank you guys for if you stuck around this long. Thank you. This has been another episode of Wet Whistles. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.